I am sorry. Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm.
We can even get a bigger venue. People in Vegas want us back. Wisconsin is a welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio.
Boxing Voice.
I hear you talking, I might have to pull his card. You walk it like you talk it, I'ma walk out like a star. Let's get it pop, let's get it pop. The girls start when I make my ring walk. Leaving with a broke jaw for that broke cheap talk, cheap talk. My footwork, sweet pea, bud craw, left hook like Sugar Ray Robs. I'm a problem, can't solve. I see her watching, shorty Japanese, and she calling me a monster. She ain't tell me they had these in Wisconsin. I came a two-tone, now we got the yams calling. We at border wars with the vibes and the drama. He trolling online, but he don't really want a problem. Say chant, we about the same weight, meet me halfway, chant. Border wars.
Come out and
TPV getting bigger and we taking shit on tour. Border wars. Then we sanction. USA Boxing got the whole telephone. What a night, I got the whole crowd rave. Second round stop like my name, Tip Bayless. I'm a big dog, I ain't never been Bayless. Big Wolf, shout out Lobo, this dangerous. Let's switch the lines, betting show going crazy. Main event brazen, undercard way. I'ma fly in and I might rent me a Mercedes. Ringside seats like this was Loma versus Haney. It's the Boxing Voice, the commentary going crazy. That's where the king born in power chat, never lazy. If you ain't showing love, then you a mug, they hate it.
even in an amateur fight, commentary, live interviews, pre and post fight.
Say chant, we about the same weight, meet me halfway, chant. Border wars. TPV getting bigger and we taking shit on tour. Border wars.
Send that fucking beat.
What up, Ness?
Let Mozzie step on.
Told you I got you.
Boxing Voice.
What up? Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Sunday edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It is your weekend recap, so we're going to be recapping all the action this weekend. Anything I miss, feel free to call in and discuss. We're talking DAZN, which was heavy on the boxing this weekend. We have some international cards out in Ghana that we'll give you the results to. We have some OTX that was streamed live on all social media platforms, courtesy of the deal that OTX has with DAZN, making it easy for us to see some boxing, whether we have a subscription or not. So once again, shout out to OTX that certainly put on a good little card with Andy Cruz in the main event. Feel free to call in and discuss that great fight and what's to come. But I know many of you are here for the big fight. Richardson Hitchins, George Kambosos. It was better than expected. Many of us thought Hitchins would get the win, in the fashion that he normally gets wins, which is via decision. But that's not the case. Richardson Hitchins was very dominant in his 8th round TKO victory over former unified champion George Kambosos. Hitchins got a 8th round TKO victory over George this Saturday, live at Madison Square Garden. George could not get lightning to strike twice in a bottle, as that was the historic site of his biggest win till date. I'm sure George, thinking on his birthday, he would get some birthday love from the universe and pull off the big upset, becoming a 2-division world champion. That was not the case. Hitchin was on full form, looking spectacular, landing beautiful snapping jabs, counter rights, roll rights. I mean, he was just looking really good. A bit paced and calm, still got the knockout. So not much to complain about this IBF junior welterweight title champion, who not only defended the belt but called out 2 of the biggest names at, well, I can't say at that division, because Devin Haney is at 147 and Teo is at 140. But he called both Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney out. He said he wants Devin Haney next. He was a lot more vulgar than myself. But this is what we're here to talk about, the weekend recap and what's next for the 20-0 champ. Plus, we talk the undercard. Andy Cruz, Zaquin Moses. We give you our analysis and let you know what we thought of those performances. We want to get your reactions. We want to have you call in. Tell us how you feel about this weekend. What was the fight that stood out for you? We also got a couple of polls across all platforms. On Twitter, we have a poll going. Hey, boxing fans, who should Hitchins fight next? Vote below. On Twitter, 54%, 54.5% right now say Devin the Dream Haney. 27.3% say Teofimo Lopez, the takeover. 18.2% say Puello Matisse winner. 0% say Lindolfo Delgado. Over on our live poll right here at youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice live, same question. And we got Haney. All right, well, we're going to do that one over. That one didn't come out the way that I wanted. I didn't pay attention. Apologies. But, yeah, man, we're talking Hitchins' performance and this weekend's recap. A lot of boxing to talk about. I'm going to stick to Hitchins and that particular card. If anybody wants to talk about any other fight cards, feel free. I didn't watch the Ghana card. It wasn't on my DAZN. While they were promoting it on DAZN, it wasn't really there. When I went to try and watch it, I couldn't find it. People were sending me links. I don't know if it was a DAZN thing. Somebody was saying things about potentially the territory was giving it issues. I don't know. But from the bottom to the top, Zaquin Moses. Zaquin, the nephew of Devin Haney, of Shakur Stevenson, continues to rack up wins under that Matchroom banner, courtesy of Shakur Stevenson. He was brought to Matchroom via Shakur, and they've been developing Zaquin ever since. He got a big win in the amateurs over Kermel Moton, and then went on to lose and turn pro. Zaquin doing his thing. It was only a 4-round fight. There's not a lot to discuss there. What could you say? He did what he had to do. He got the win. These are those developmental fights, where he's just supposed to go through the motions. Some of it should be resistance. Some of it should be some sort of test. But ultimately, the A side should be picking up the win unless he isn't what we thought he was. And in this case, Zaquin Moses is the goods, gets his first stoppage via TKO. Well, excuse me, not first, third stoppage via TKO, improving his record to 4-0 with 3 KOs, 75% knockout ratio. He is now on a 3-fight knockout streak, having last fought in Las Vegas, in Philadelphia, in the Boots card in Atlantic City, and now in New York City. So, Matchroom doing a good job, right? Like he fought in Philadelphia for the first Boots card in Wells Fargo. Then he comes back, Las Vegas fight. Then he goes back to a Boots card in Atlantic City. Now he's back with a, Hitchins card in New York City, Madison Square Garden. So he's getting to, get some good experience, fight around the world, and build that fan base. Shout out to Matchroom for keeping him busy. And I'm excited to see what's next for him, man. Excited to see how fast they push him because it looks like they're going the traditional pace. This is now, slightly above the traditional pace. This was not a 4-rounder. This was a 6-rounder. He got the stoppage in for. So this was his first 6-rounder. And that's kind of going faster than traditionally. You usually get 4 of each. Some people get 6. Some get 7 of each. Wink, wink. So he shifted from 4-rounders to 6-rounders fairly fast in 3 rounds. So that's good. Shout out to Zaquin. Adam Maka got a knockout in his debut. Never heard of him. Taramona got a knockout in like 13 seconds in his fight in the first round over Aleem Whitfield. Shout out to Taramona. We need to get him in there with someone that, can actually be some sort of test and tell us what we got on our hands with this new heavyweight, right? We need some sort of resistance, some sort of, of a fight. Give us a fight so that we can see if we really want to get behind this guy because of his skills. That's what we got in the Liana Cruz and Chavez fight. Regardless of who you thought won, both women kicked up and showed you they each had dog, gave you a reason to get behind them. And, that was an amazing fight, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in to the Liana Cruz and Chavez fight. Some people calling it controversial. Moving on, Nishant Dev got his debut win. And then, as we talked about, Andy Cruz improves his record to 6-0 with 3 KOs. He gets the knockout over Mishiro. Mishiro just not on that level, couldn't deal with Andy. Andy looking better, got it done in 5, didn't play with his food, took care of the work. Not really a lot to say there, man. It's kind of what we were expecting from Andy, except he did get the knockout, and obviously some of us didn't know he could do that, So, yeah. Salute. But phone lines are open if you want to call in. We still have to obviously touch on the main event, which was the best fight, and definitely Hitchins put on, had the strongest performance, Mayweather-esque for sure, but actually coming out of that shadow of Mayweather, coming into his own, and starting to become a major player right now. As you can see, Devin Haney responded and certainly is entertaining and willing to entertain Richardson Hitchins in that alleged fight that Hitchins wants. So, yeah, I like that, man. And I like the call out. I like Hitchins calling out both Devin and Teo. Can't ask for anything more than that, man. Can't ask for anything more. Now, in terms of Teo and Hitchins, that might be harder to make than you think, simply because, remember, as I reported in the past, both guys are managed by the same manager, which obviously is going to make things a little more difficult because, you know, what manager wants to lose two of their fighters when you can put Hitchins in with Devin, make $11 million or whatever the price is going to be for that one, and then put Teo in with Subriel, and now you got yourself two fights, is all I'm trying to say. So we'll see. Does Keith Conley put both his fighters in the ring with each other, and how that plays out? Now, I want to screen share a few things, so I'm just getting them all up so we can screen share them all at one time. But like I said, Devin did respond to Haney's to Hitchins' call out, and we also have Teofimo's post fight, as they gave him a post fight as well, even though he wasn't fighting. Shout out to Teo. Stays in the meter, clout chasing. But if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's going to put this episode in the eyes of boxing fans that don't know. We rock out every day, multiple times a day, talking boxing right here on youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice, as well as on X live streaming video, formerly known as Twitter, and X live spaces. If you are on either platform, hit that retweet, hit that repost. You on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell. That's going to get this episode in the eyes of boxing fans that don't know we rock out every day. So let's get right into the first post. This is Keith Conley and both his fighters. Again, indication that this may not be happening. Keith Conley says, Teo versus Hitchins. Flexing emoji. My two guys are both world champions, both pound-for-pound talents on a collision course for one of the biggest fights New York has seen in a while. Teo right underneath says, King of New York. Now, will these two meet in New York and make a big New York City fight, or is Hitchins more interested in his potential fight with the person he called out in Richardson Hitchins? Richardson Hitchins calling out Devin Haney.
I'm looking here at the camera. Devin Haney, fuck you, nigga, let's fight. Devin Haney next. Fuck Devin Haney and Bill Haney. Pussies, New York, stand up, baby, we in, baby. I'm looking here at the camera. Devin Haney, fuck you, nigga, let's fight. Devin Haney next. Fuck Devin Haney and Bill Haney. Pussies, New York, stand up, baby, we in, baby.
Shout out to the crowd that reacted perfectly for him. This is Devin's response. And as I said yesterday, Devin said we could get it at 47, like I told y'all. So, you know, don't call out Dev for no fight at 40. If you want that squabble, 47 it is. But Devin is willing to do it. He said we could get it at 47. Now, what we need is who's going to pay for it. Who's going to pay for it, and is the amount going to be suffice for these fighters that, you know, usually want to get paid serious dollars when it comes to, contemporary fights. When they got to fight their boys, they want that real money. Now, here's another one. This is Teo, who also got a post-fight for whatever reason.
Is that the fight you want? Is that something we've been hearing about you, Butzenis, Devin Haney? Is Richardson Hitchins the fight that you want to do next?
I don't know. Let me hear it. New York. Y'all want to see that fight? All right, man. I'm all about the people. Let's go, baby.
Is that the fight you want? Is that something we've been hearing about you, Butzenis, Devin Haney? Is Richardson Hitchins the fight that you want to do next?
I don't know. Let me hear it. New York. Y'all want to see that fight? All right, man. I'm all about the people. Let's go, baby.
So, I don't know how I feel. The crowd certainly reacted, but he doesn't sound too interested in the fight, right? Like, his energy didn't feel like, yeah, that's the fight I want next. That's what I'm going to be pursuing. Again, Teo just sounds like he's going through the motions, trying to tell us what we want to hear. Not really ever sticking to anything, right? But, look, it is what it is, man. This is the news. Hopefully, Keith Conley, Matchroom, they can get this together. No need for this fight, whichever one they decide to do, to be 6 months from now. Let's get these guys right back in the ring and keep them active. Devin just fought in May. Hitchins just fought yesterday, so, they're only a month apart. Obviously, we got to give Hitchins time to heal and rest. Not that he needs a lot of it. That was a pretty one-sided fight. But, we do want him to be rested up before he goes back into another training camp. But ultimately, that's a great fight to make, is the Devin Richardson Hitchins. It's been building for some time. Hitchins has been wanting this fight, so I'm interested to see how he performs. There's something that he feels he knows about Devin. You talk about those sparring sessions with him, and he claims to have done better than what Bill and Devin give him credit for. And he's been adamant about that. This is something that he hasn't changed his stance on. And now the call out, it just adds more fuel to the fire. Maybe he really believes, or maybe he really did what he says he did. And that's why he was ready to prove it in the actual ring. So I'm interested in that fight. Like I said, man, those guys have a lot of history. They've been talking. Well, not they. Let's be real. Hitchins has been talking. Because Devin has been ahead of him professionally. And, the call-outs come when people, are in that position. And that's where Devin has been. Hitchins getting here now, looking for those paydays. And I believe the biggest payday he can get is with a Devin Haney. I don't think Teo brings the money that Devin brings or the interest. Obviously people dislike Haney, so that brings in interest. That brings in conversation, hatred. People start talking about the fight, talking down on the fight. Whatever the case may be, the buzz gets going when you got Haney in the mix. You could say the same about Teo, though. Teo certainly has been staying in the media and trying to do his thing. Just don't know that it's been 1,000% successful. He's gotten some mixed reviews, at least from the people. Some believing he's a clout chaser. Some believing he might need to seek some professional help. Some want him to put the phone down altogether. His own manager claiming that Teo is going through something mentally, but I guess he wasn't going through much because they were all together at the fight. I don't know. We'll see what direction they go. Again, the fact that Conley manages both doesn't give me hope that we're going to get a Teo Hitchins. I think that all parties will look to try and do a fight with Devin and Hitchins over the Teo Hitchins just because of the manager. And why would I lose two of my guys to each other when I can make two big separate fights for my company with both of my guys in individual separate fights? But that's me, in my opinion. Again, phone lines are open if you guys want to call in and give your opinion. Let us know what you think of the weekend and all its fights, plus the call out of Hitchins to Haney and Teofimo Lopez. And our polls, man, what do you think on our polls about the results and, who Richardson Hitchins should actually fight next? But we got Malcolm on a check-in. What's up? Check, you there?
Yo.
We hear you.
Oh, we good. All right. Hey, shout outs to the Boxing Voice. Last shout outs to you, bro. You was on here late, and we're getting an early show, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the grind.
Let's go.
To start it off, I'm trying to remember the heavyweight's name.
Teofimo.
By first round knockout. Yeah. Beautiful performance. It was a little too short, so I can't give too much of analysis, but I loved it. Zaquin Moses did his thing, man. I believe he got him out of there because I think it was like a 6-rounder. I think he got him out of there in like 5, if I'm right.
4.
Yeah, he looked pretty good.
6-rounder.
Okay, yeah, it was. Yeah, 4th round, got him up out of there. Reflexes look sharp. Sharp as shit. You could kind of see the New Jersey swag in him. The only thing I would say, and it's just me nitpicking, sometimes I don't think he has his distance right. Maybe it's just earlier in the fight. First punch he threw was a jab, and he reached like a motherfucker, chin all in the air. I didn't like it, but that's probably just me nitpicking. And, again, he's just starting out, on the pro, so, good performance. I'm going to just jump straight to Hitchins, belt to ass, beat the shit out this man. I got to give Kambosos his flowers because the one thing about him, we could say he was a fluke, but he fights everybody, and the wise words of Aaron the Plumber, win, lose, or draw, gotta catch them all, like Pokemon, you know what I'm saying? So he running on fades. But, with Hitchins and Lopez, I don't care. I don't see it happening. I think that's a bad style for Lopez. It's a boxer first style. That 1-2 is just going to be a nightmare for him. He does have faster feet than Hitchins. And it's just a reach. I just think that's a nightmare. I don't see that fight happening. I want Hitchins and Devin. I would love that. They both guys don't really have an inside game, so we're not going to really be seeing anything from up close. But it's going to be jab for jab. I like Hitchins' straight punches a little better, but Devin is more on the athletic side, and he doesn't move back in straight lines neither, and he works with better angles. And I think Devin should be stronger too, but, I want to see how Hitchins will do if they move up in weight and they're fighting like at 147. Without all that IBF shit going on, he should probably be slightly stronger. So that'll definitely be a good fight. I love the call out. I love the cursing. Me, I miss the foul mouth. So I look forward to that, man. And then, hey, I want to give a shout out to the performance of the night. You're going to kill me for this. Andy, a.k.a. Keyshawn Pops Cruz. Yo, he got some fucking fast hands, man. Machino, if that's what his name is, never really heard of him, but he was beating the shit out this man. I love his precision. I love his speed, everything. Hey, move up to and fight Keyshawn, man. I'm all for the smoke. But shout outs to you, Ness. Shout outs to the platform. I'm going to keep tuning in, bro.
All right. Appreciate you. If you're trying to call in, now is the time. Discord available. X Space is also available for those that want to voice their opinion on today's subject. We got a couple super chats we got to catch up on, and we got a poll going right here on youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We're asking you the same question. Who should Hitchins face next? Over on X, looks like we got 57.9% believe Hitchins should face Haney next. 26.3% believe Teofimo Lopez, Richardson Hitchins should be next, while 15.8% believe Puello Matias winner is the person Hitchins should be facing. 0% continues to be the amount of people that care about Lindolfo Delgado getting in that ring and getting a title shot versus Richardson Hitchins. We have on our community page 36% want Haney, 38% want Lopez, 23% want Puello versus Matias winner, 2% Lindolfo. 2%. If you're trying to call in, Discord available, X Spaces also available. Raking, what up?
Yo, Ness, how's the audio?
Straight.
All right, good morning, brother. Man, shout out to you. I like a little bit after I was watching the fight with a buddy at the crib, and then I like saw at 1 a.m. you were still live, and I don't know, man. But anyway, appreciate you for being back on and this morning for us. Shout out to you as well for checking tech last night. I've been saying it for a hot minute. The dude calls in like often intoxicated late, drops crazy money, just like looking for social connection and talk shit. But yeah, I appreciate you putting a kibosh on that. And to the fights, man, Hitchins did everything he was supposed to do. He did everything he was supposed to do. And I loved it. I loved to see it. He lived up to all the smack talk, which was great. I think it does put a squash on Kambosos getting these big shots. I don't think he's going to get a big fight after this one. And I personally think the best fight for him right now should be Teo. In my opinion, that's what's going to be made. I don't think he's that interested. I think Teo is desperate right now. He was desperate trying to look for a fight with him. That's how it looked like to me. I do think that's the better fight, though. And I don't know if Keith Connolly is going to have his two fighters fight the way you were saying. Maybe the Devin fight happens to make a big payday, but it's not going to be for any belt. I don't see that happening. That's where I think
the
I'm a
man
little.
said they on a collision course. That don't sound like they about to crash anytime soon.
You mean for who? Him and Devin?
Keith Conley said, "Oh, my two guys are on a collision course, but if they were going to crash,
he did say that.
Yeah, I screenshot it. I said if they were going to
fight,
my
bad.
you would have."
I missed that. That's exciting. Then I hope so. I think that would be good. We need a unification in that division. You got 4 hot champions.
I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying that message represents we ain't getting it.
Oh, why? Why does that read the opposite?
Because you got both guys. Why are they on a collision course? They should be crashing. And you should be saying, these are both your fighters. There's nothing to discuss. There's no going back and forth. Like, they both got belts. They're both managed by you. Why are you saying they're on a collision course instead of it's next?
Hopefully, collision course means the course is
and that collision
leading
course
them to collide next.
Exactly.
Hopefully, they collide next.
That collision course, the collision could be any time. We don't know when. That's the issue.
Yeah, fair. Well, look, I'm going to be optimistic. Shout out to Hitchins for actually stepping on the gas. I haven't seen him do that in a long time, but I think it was a layup style for him. I remember H-Town last night. He was calling in, like talking about the difference in size. I just don't think Kambosos can compete at 140. I don't think he has enough of a frame to compete with these guys. But shout out to Clint Moses too, man. This is my second time seeing him fight, and he put on. Um, which man, yeah, I thought that was a great performance. And as cringy as it gets, Ness, it worked when Andy was like, "Apriende tu papi" or whatever, when he said that in the ring, that shit worked. I think it's working for promotion right now,
That
and
ain't
I'd
working,
love
man.
to see Andy and Keyshawn run it eventually.
All right,
We'll
champ.
see.
That's the
All
bell.
right, shout out to you, champ.
The thing is, someone here is saying, "Oh, what are you saying, Hensway or some shit like that?" He's asking, "Did I watch the post fight?" Of course, I watched the post fight. He says Keith said he's willing to do it. I showed the post that's indicating he's willing to do it. That doesn't necessarily mean next, though, my brother. That's the issue that I'm having. You got both guys. They're your fighters. Hitchins wants to fight Teo. There's no collision course. You supposed to be like, yeah, we making this fight this summer. I got my two guys. They're gonna be in the ring this winter. Collision course doesn't have a definitive date. That's all. You don't like that. That's cool. I'm twerking for the Haneys. That's cool, bruh. You twerking in the phantom zone where nobody could see you or hear you now. But we got CLT Meach, first Super Chat of the Day member for 15 months on that prospect level. Hitchins, Teo should be next. It should. It should, especially with the same manager, bro. And it's a unification. But Hitchins is calling out Devin because he's the bigger fight. He's the bigger money fight, too. As much as y'all hate, y'all start to see it. We got Leonard Sterling, 5-pounder. Adam Maka, one of the 3 18-year-old Matchroom signed recently. They think these 3 are the biggest teenagers in the UK. Tia Ayton debuted June 21st, and Leo Atang debuted July 5th. Never heard of him. Am I the only one? I never heard of him, bruv. Malcolm with the counter, also number 3 on the pound-for-pound chat list. Let's go, champ. What up?
Yo. I'm good.
Straight.
Hey, it's going to be completely off topic. Ness, I want to wish you a happy Father's Day. The entire community, anybody who's a dad, I want to wish you a happy Father's Day. We have the Bill Haneys of the world. We have the Schofield seniors, and we might give them a lot of shit, but they're active fathers in their kids' lives. I was blessed enough to have a very active father. I looked up to my dad. I still look up to him. When you're a kid, you just think your father's Superman. You feel me? And one of the best blessings that he gave me, he passed off boxing to me. Used to train before, and I fell in love with boxing because of my dad. So he ain't gonna hear this shit, but Pop, love you. You feel me? I was talking to him before I called into the show. And to, all you guys in the community, man, just understand your kids are gonna look up to you and they're gonna worship you and they're gonna idolize you. So a lot of the things that you're doing, trust and believe, man, they're gonna just try to follow those footsteps, So if y'all being active, man, props to y'all. You feel me? Even the stepdads, you know what I'm saying? You're still playing a pivotal role because there's kids out here that their dad ain't active and you stepping in. You feel me? So, hey, shout outs to you guys. But I just wanted to give that message, man. Just props to all the dads out there. Shout outs to you too, Ness. And anybody who's gonna become a dad. If you lost your father, my condolences to you. I don't think anything is ever gonna fill that spot, but again, happy Father's Day. That was the main reason for me to call, and I just wanted to get that out the way for the community, man. And we got to kill that stereotype, So shout outs to all the dads. Again, shout outs to you, Ness. Appreciate y'all guys, man. Shout out to the community.
All right, Malcolm, appreciate you, man, and the kind words. Salute to everybody. Happy Father's Day to everybody, man. You know, protect your mental health, as my man Brandon Maurice would say. Phone lines are open if you want to talk some boxing. I don't know. I might have to start emphasizing that now. Even though we go off topic, you know, we going to try and nip all that racial shit in the bud, man. I'm going to start hanging up on y'all. So this is your only warning. I'm not interested in your racial talk. If it ain't got nothing to do with boxing, like Green Prince or, you know, Green Prince, we not interested, man. We not interested. Yancey, what up? Yancey on Discord. Speaking of Discord, who's next for the champ? 43% on the Discord poll say Haney. 43% say Lopez. 14% say Gary Russell off a win only because he does have that Hidioka fight. So we wouldn't want him to get a fight for another title off another loss. So it's off the win only is your only option if you want to vote. Discord available for anybody that wants to call in. And so is X Live Spaces. If you're on Live Spaces, I see you, David, Khaled, all the regulars. Give me the retweet we need to get new callers so we're not just listening to the regulars, man. Khaled in Indiana, what up?
Yo,
Spread
Max,
that
you hear me?
word, man. Spread that word.
Yeah, bro, we live. All right. Richardson Hitchins looked solid last night. He was in there with a guy that he's supposed to look solid against. George Kambosos don't know how to fight coming forward. He wasn't really parrying punches, moving his head, taking the fight on the inside. So, like you always say, Ness, this was a hometown fight for him as the champ to look good and get a stoppage. You know, he went to the body on Kambosos and he did what he was supposed to do. So, Uh, you know, Kambosos is probably too small for the weight class and just not skilled enough to be small and be up there. But you know, shout out to Richardson Hitchins. Uh, I wouldn't mind a Devin Haney scrap. I wouldn't mind it. He'd go up there at 147. You know, he'll still be the champion at 140. But yeah, that'll be a good scrap. You know, sometimes you just gotta go up there and just see what it's talking about. I think he'll feel good at 147. He really has I think Richard Hitchens like 5'10". Like he has a big frame. I think niggas really be sucking down. Like he's probably like he has middleweight like mentions and shit like that. So he should feel real comfortable at 147. And I think that'll be a good scrap. I think that'll be a good skill fight. We won't get like a lot of action, I don't speak, but I think it'll be like a good test, like who got the better jab. And we might see some good work in there. I don't think the TL scrap gonna happen. Just because I'm not sure what Tio is doing at this point in his career. Like Teofimo Lopez seems like a lost cause, like a car crashing, just aimless, no purpose, just walking around with them stupid ass glasses kind of hanging off his face, that big ass nose and shit. Like he just kind of in the way. So, but Gary Antoine Russell does have a scrap, and I don't want to be on my Tip Bayless shit, but nobody says Gary Antoine Russell name. Nobody say Puyo name. Maybe it's because they got scraps. Maybe it's because they on PBC. But nobody says those names. Nobody ever says Gary Antoine Russell name. You know what I'm saying? Nobody says his name. So, I'm not sure. Maybe now that could be economic reasons. Maybe he doesn't garner the status. Like he doesn't garner like the win, but he is a champion. So I know that we talk about belts on the platform and all that. So just looking to see, you know, how they gonna move with Gary Anton Russell. So hopefully he can get a win, and we can start getting him in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a real guy at 140. arguably like the best guy at 140, probably like the most complete fighter at 140, based upon his
Who?
performances that I've seen. Gary Antoine Russell. He's probably the
Oh,
most complete fighter at 140. Yeah, he probably the most complete fighter at 140. So yeah, man. Andy Cruz, IBF, looking forward to see that. And yeah, man, that's my call, bro. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be
Yo.
smooth.
what up, Yancey?
Hello?
What up?
Shit, I can't hear you, but I was just trying to call in about the Hitchison fight last night. He whooped Kambosos' ass, bruh. That shit was crazy. Do I think Richardson Hitchins can beat Tio or Dev? Hell no. But he definitely looked good last night. I mean, I see him having a better chance beating Tio than beating Dev, but I don't see him beating either one of them. And I just thought I'd call in more. And I'm at work anyway, so it's boring here. So I thought I'd give a call in.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Which matchup you think is a better matchup for Hitchins next? And according to my pre-production chat, Keith Conley stated he doesn't really want that fight with Tio and Hitchins because he manages both, and he said this twice yesterday. So to the dummy that I timed out, I guess it was well-deserved. You were wrong.
Well, I think he has a better chance to beat Tio than, well, a better chance of getting the fight with Tio, even though Tio's looks like he's doing something else. I don't know what that kid's doing, bro. He's like
Which one do you
going on
want to
rants,
see?
and then
Which one? Forget the outside
which one do I want to
antics.
see?
Which one you
I
want?
want to see. I want to see the Devin and Hitchison fight. That shit's gonna be a chess match. That's Hitchins. My bad. Yeah, that shit's gonna be a chess match. I want to see that.
Now, chess matches usually end up boring in the eyes of the people. Is this a good fight or a boring fight?
I mean, it's a good fight. Well, I'm like a super hardcore. Like my favorite boxers are Devin and Shakur. So I like the boxing shit, but everybody else is gonna complain about the fight probably. But I want to see it.
All right. Appreciate you. This super chat is hilarious, bro, because I love that Rocky movie, and he's trying to draw a comparison to Clubber Lang like I do, but it's not working, champ. That's a bad comparison from Protege. He says, Ness, I thought you like Clubber Lang route. You mad at Andy Cruz for going at Keyshawn respectfully. Shout out, TBV. Nah, champ, respectfully. Like, this is my honest answer, and I don't know why it hasn't clicked with y'all. Bruh, for starters, Balboa was the only champ. So Clubber Lang is Clubber Laning Balboa because he is the champ. And Clubber Lang is the #1 contender. Unlike Andy, who's a contender amongst hundreds, you know, and then he's a #1 contender now amongst maybe 6. Like, it's not the same. There's other champions that he is ignoring. That is my issue. Like, I don't know. I guess it's just an age gap. Like, anybody in my age, they heard of the phrase taking tack on, right? Like, oh, he taking tack on him, which essentially means he's abusing, he's taking advantage, you know, and that's what we got going on. In his mind, I beat this man 4 times. I'd rather fight him, the devil I know, than the devil I don't know in Tank, or the devil I don't know in Shakur. Yes, George Foster, he went the IBF route. My issue You constantly calling out Keyshawn, but you didn't go the WBO route. Jamal Charlo wanted to fight Canelo Alvarez. He became the WBC mandatory. Canelo vacated the belt and took franchise status. That's a man showing you he wants to fight another man. I'm a hater. You're going to be timed out for saying I'm a hater because I'm giving you facts. Like Tank said, this is all fact. Y'all the haters that you don't even want to listen to reason. You only seeing it your way. So get the fuck out of here. There's 4 other champions. Keyshawn wasn't even a champion until he became a champion. The man is clearly obsessed. You haven't mentioned anyone else. Hitchins is mentioning Devin and Teo. He's linked to Matias. Andy is only linked to Keyshawn, and you guys just act oblivious to this shit. It's ridiculous. No one has ever been linked to just one man. Think about it. Devin was linked to Tank and Teo and Ryan. Then it came time and he got linked to fucking Shakur. Teo has been linked to Devin, to Devin, Ryan, Gervonta Davis for how many years? Lomachenko for how many years? Now Boots' name is being linked to him. Like, what are y'all talking about? Why can't we point at Andy and say who he's linked to? I'm not even dealing with y'all no more, bro. You call in, you talking stupid, I'm hanging up, and you say stupid shit, I'm timing you out. I don't got time for dudes that don't deal with logic, can't fucking deal with sense. You know what I'm saying? You don't like my opinion, that's fine. That's fine. But don't tell me I'm hating because I'm telling the truth. I ain't got time for you, bro. Sunday, fun day, God's day. Leonard Sterling 2-pounder. Where will Hitchins go? Turkey, PBC, Top Rank, Golden Boy Promotions, MVP. He didn't put Matchroom. I wonder why. Is Eddie going to go and level up? Because there is rumors that Hitchins' deal is over, you know. Will Eddie risk it and lose another American, or will he keep him? There's rumors that he doesn't have Shakur Stevenson anymore, at least not for the Zepeda fight. You know, Matchroom was building a good U.S. stable with Hitchins and Boots and Shakur, Zaquin Moses. Are they going to lose that hold that they have? Demo, $5. Counterpunch from yesterday. About to fly home. Stay safe, champ. Salute to you. Leonard Sterling with the 5-pounder. Congrats to Nonito Donaire winning the WBA interim 118 title last night at 42. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my God, I feel so bad we didn't cover that. He did it? Holy shit. Hey, Dre, we could disagree, but you see what you say? We got to be able to disagree sometimes. That's all you said. You ain't say you got to be able to disagree. I'm a fucking hater. How I'm a hater for telling you my opinion? You the hater for hating on my opinion. And that's why he got his ass timed out. Not dealing with it on God's day. God K, what up? Member for 9 months. Will be Haney Garcia all over again if they fight. Uh-oh, what you mean? I need more text and context, bro. We need more text in that super chat and more context to that text, because in what way? You know that Haney Ryan is like Pandora's box when you open it up. That shit went 8 different ways, so I really need to know what you mean. Matt Bent, $105 on that chip level. Daily dose of daily dose of Tanquil. Jorge was curry, goat emoji, and a bowl of rice emoji. Hitchins cooked. Andy cooked. Don't time out. Silence the people's voice. Voice of the people. Play jingle. Ooh-wee. We got Lowe's nose boxing. We never had a no timeout Sunday. That
Yo, Ness, man, happy Father's Day. Good morning, brother.
Happy Father's Day, champ.
Yeah, I gotta admit, man, you made a good point about Andy Cruz, and I like Andy Cruz as a fighter. But yeah, if he can't get the Keyshawn fight, he should try to become a champion. Do what Tio did when Tio was calling out Loma. Lomachenko told Tio, "Yo, go get a belt." And he went and got the Comey belt, and then he fought him. Andy should go ahead and fight somebody with a belt and go get a belt from somebody to get that Keyshawn fight. As far as Hitchins, man, I'm very impressed. This was his version of a Floyd Mayweather, Arturo Gotti beatdown of Kambosos. I mean, I knew he was going to beat him, but I didn't think he was going to do him like that. And I'm glad that he did, because you already know this is the fight that I've been pushing for Tio for the longest, the Richardson Hitchins fight. A lot of people say it's a bad style matchup. I disagree. Hitchins doesn't really move around as much, but he is definitely slick. He likes to stand in the middle of the ring and go counter for counter. And that's something that can play into Tio's favor because he got the best first move, fast twitch in boxing when it comes to that counter stuff. But I want to see that fight. It's a New York City fight. I'm sure the buildup is going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot of trash talking between Hitchins and Tio's dad. That's a New York fight, Madison Square Garden, Barclays Center. That's unification. This is the best division in boxing. There should be no other fight. This is the fight, Tio versus Hitchins, and they should do a tournament and then fight the winner of Sabril and Puello. As far as the other caller that said Gary Antoine Russell is the best fighter there, man, I got to disagree with that. He's building a cult following, but there's already a blueprint on how to beat Gary Antoine Russell. He's pretty much straight up and down, no special effects. He has a lot of athleticism in terms of he's like a faster twitch version of Subaru Matias, but he comes forward. He got to show that he can beat Puello, because all due respect, Antoine got that title fight coming off of a loss. You know what I mean? So let Antoine try to redeem himself and fight the winner of Puello and Matias. And another thing he said that was wrong. He said nobody's ever called him out before. That's not true. When Subaru Matias was the champion, Subaru Matias approached him, and his energy wasn't there when he approached him face to face. And with Hitchins, what I didn't like his energy last night with Tio. When he in the ring, Tio's walking into the ring to talk to you, to confront you, and you in there calling Devin Haney out. Bro, you've been calling Tio's name out the whole time. Why are you not demonstrating that same bravado towards him when he's coming into the ring? You know what I mean? But that's the fight that needs to be next. As far as the card, the heavyweight fight, man, I don't really follow the division. So going into that fight, I thought the dude that got knocked out was going to win. During the press conference, he looked very menacing. You know what I mean? But I'm never going to go by that again because, they don't mean nothing. That dude got destroyed. Zaquil Moulton looked, he kind of stand too straight up. You know what I'm saying? He don't bend his knees like Troy would say, and he's right about that. He looked very straight up, very much like Shakur, but Shakur is more skilled, but it's not a knock on the kid. He's still, it's the first pro fight, second pro fight, whatever it is. So, he'll be all right. And Andy Cruz, even though I feel he should go and fight another champion, I was very impressed with his skill set. His power's gotten better, hand speed combinations, very good fundamentals. Yet, that's the fight for Keyshawn. That's a nemesis, but he got to work himself into being a legitimate nemesis by going in there and getting a title. Because I see Andy Cruz doing to Muratalia. It's very similar to what Hitchison did to Kambosos. He'll, oh my gosh. He needs to jump on that fight immediately. That will be Floyd Mayweather versus Diego Corrales all over again. Muratalia come forward. He got his ears boxed off by Tevin Farmer. I could imagine what Andy Cruz would do. They'll have to stop that fight. He'll destroy that kid brutally. That's cool.
All right, champ. See, this is why I'm saying get behind Tito Mercado, but I get it. It's fun to, hate on me because I'm here every day, so it's like, oh, let's just fuck with Ness. We ain't fucking with the dude you recommending. Get out of here. He ain't as good as you think. Just to tease me. But, this is who we need to be backing. Look at my mans. Why Hitchins acting like he nice, beating up a weak-ass Kambosos, hand on face emoji? Dude is the weakest 140-pound world champion in history. I promise you, I'll put this ugly ass to sleep, and I bet he won't put his life savings, quote-unquote, 50,000 on it, laughing out loud. He better stay away from me. I'm coming for that belt. Hitchins tagged, Matchroom tagged, DAZN, you get the fucking tag, Eddie, my promoter, tag. You feel me? But y'all don't want to give him the respect. That's not who y'all want. The dude who's self-made, got better resume than 90% of these dudes, and he did it without Matchroom and the money. Matchroom ain't gave him a fight yet, bro. They signed that man to bench him. I'm lying. I can't say that because it's not Matchroom fault that somebody missed weight and then now this time Tito gets hurt. But he got some sort of curse on him ever since he got the Matchroom. He was ripping through the ranks, doing his tang, get with Matchroom and slow down. I don't like it, not one bit. But shout out to Mercado, always on it, man. He remind me of Shakur on Twitter. Every time somebody fighting, he watching. Miami Mark, what up? Okay, Malcolm, pound for pound number 3, I see you. Miami Mark. Bobby Locke Jr., number 1 on that pound for pound list. Drop a bomb for the pound for pound numero uno. Miami Mark.
Ness, what up?
What up?
Great performance from Hitchins last night, man. I mean, I know we all thought he was going to go in there and just, box, but you could see throughout the rounds, he just started losing respect for Kambosos as the rounds went on. And he was like, man, you can't hurt me. I'm not feeling what you're throwing back. And we started to see him walk him down and start taking more chances. And I didn't think he really had it in him like that, but he showed it. You know what I mean? And I'm just glad now that everything he's been saying, he's in position to get. He's been saying he want the big fights. He's been saying he's been seeing the Teos, the Devins, all the Tanks, all these other guys get the big fights. So, I wouldn't mind a Tito Mercado, but I just don't think he'll do much for Hitchins right now. You get what I'm saying? Like, as far as like the profile, he took a step forward with getting the name on his resume and Kambosos. So I just think name-wise, going with Tito, it'll be a step back name-wise. You know what I'm saying? So
I definitely understand that and agree with that. Tito needs to do a little bit more to get in a title contention.
Right. Hey, but his knockout ratio is pretty crazy. So the thing though is like, so you got Tio at 140, but they both have the same promoters.
Nah, manager.
Manager, my bad. Same manager. Then you got Devin, but he's at 147. So now it's like, and then Hitchins is a free agent. So it's like, well, what do? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, do you drop the belt and move the 147? Because man, when I think about it, let's just say you do get a Devin and Hitchins fight. It could potentially be a hit or miss. It could be an amazing fight, or it can be a masterclass that only actual boxing fans can appreciate. You get what I'm saying? Especially with this whole no running rules and Tom and Jerry fight that Turkey Ali Sheik been talking about. Like, it could definitely be a hit or miss. But to me, I really don't care. I just love seeing a guy that I've been talking about for a while get his just due. You know what I'm saying? That's just all that I really care about, man. But whatever he do, it don't matter. You seen the master class. I called it. He went ahead and did it. Kambosos. One thing about Kambosos though, we really can't like shit on his name, bro. He really fought them all for real. He fought Tio. He fought Devin. He fought Hitchins. You get what I'm saying? He really fought all the guys, and that's really all you want from these fighters, bro.
Loma too.
And he fought Loma. It's like, come on, man. He did get a gift. From Sandor, but it is what it is.
Not Sandor. You mean Maxie? He didn't fight Sandor.
Maxie Hughes. My bad, Maxie Hughes. He got the gift, but it is what it is, man. He gave us a gift by fighting all these guys. So that's my call, man. Y'all BZs.
All right, champ. Appreciate you.
Oh, no! Richard Steele stops the fight!
If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you're watching this on X live streaming video, formerly known as Twitter, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's going to put this episode in the eyes of boxing fans that don't know. Listen, we recap it over here, man. We plays no games with the recaps. We talk boxing a day, multiple times per day. And Sunday, oh yeah, it's one of them days. King, Rari, what up?
Yo, good morning, Ness. How you doing?
Morning.
Happy Father's Day, my brother.
Likewise, my brother. Appreciate you and thank you.
I appreciate it. I ain't made it there yet, man. Give me a couple years, man. I'm still young out here in these streets.
How old?
I'm 27.
Oh, wow. You doing good, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Fuck all that shit.
Hey, nah, I appreciate it. Man, I got a few things to go over. I was on the show last night, man, so I'm gonna tap into some comments from last night. But for some of the people that's asking, oh, why he calling out Devin? Well, if you're not on social media too tough, Bill's at the fight, and Bill was heckling him all night during the fight. So I'm pretty sure that's probably the main reason. When he got the mic, he probably seen Bill in the crowd still, and that's probably why he came how he came as far as when it came down to Bill and Devin. But after watching a few interviews, I agree with you, Ness. Like, if both y'all managed by the same person, the fight would be easy to make. But based off how the manager was talking, I don't think he want that fight to happen. I don't think he want to make it. In hindsight, the next phase would be where Hitchison going, because Eddie just said, he was sort of blindsided that he said he was a free agent. Eddie didn't put a lot of money and backing behind him, so, I feel like he should re-sign to Eddie, in my opinion. I think he's going to get the best fights dealing with Eddie. I feel like the Devin fight, to me personally, I don't want that. Not right now. I feel like, yeah, you just defended your title at 140. I feel like he need to make a round of 140. Go collect the belts, bro. Get a little bit more under your belt. Kambosos, great name. Get more names under your belt. I feel like jumping up to 147, man, it's too much to me. I feel like he should just go around the circle, then move up to 147. I don't see Devin moving up to 154 no time soon, so the fight gonna be there. You feel me? Like, as far as anything else, people talking about, oh, he doing stuff other folks ain't doing, and Tank ain't this, and bringing up unnecessary fighters. Bro, for all y'all, Tank and Devin is dead. It's been dead. They can't agree on no weight. Dead that. Don't expect nobody to call nobody out. Devin not moving down from 140. Tank not moving up past possibly 140.
Devin ain't moving to 140. He at 47. He just told Hitchins, come to 47, we could fight.
That's what I'm saying. So you got people on here, Tank ain't calling Devin out, bro. They can't agree on no weight. That's been like that for years. So even bringing Tank name up on stuff that got nothing to do with him, at this point is pointless. Your other caller last night said something about, the Devin situation. Oh, yeah, your man's, but we ain't gonna speak his name. But Shakur been wanting to fight Devin for a long time too. Devin ain't never buckled down and fight the man, or even try to renegotiate and bring that back to the table. So it's been fighters that has said Devin name that Devin hasn't fought. But as far as Hitchison, man,
whoa! Devin sent that offer to your man Shakur. In terms of renegotiate, that's not on Devin. When he moved up, Shakur's still at 35. Devin at 47.
But I'm saying though, Ness, like, I seen one of y'all shorts y'all just put out, and somebody called, I think last week on a short, said Devin ain't got nobody. Devin need these folks more than they need Devin, and I feel like that.
Bro, that was a hater. How Devin need these folks if you just seen Devin in his house chilling and Hitchins called him out?
Okay, so If Boots moved up, if Boots move up to 154,
he did.
What's a big fight for Devin now? What's a major fight for him that's gonna bring in some money?
Mario Barrios. He number 2 in the WBC. Mario
He gotta
Barrios,
survive Manny though.
Manny Pacquiao. Like, what are you talking about?
Manny already said Manny. If Manny beat Barrios, I see Manny fighting Tank before he fight Devin.
Manny gonna have to pay step aside money to Solomon Sissoko first, and in the meantime, Devin will get a fight and go from number 2 to mandatory, or excuse me, number 1 to mandatory, and he gets the winner. Like I don't know what you mean. How does Devin need people when they calling him out? I mean, didn't Turkey make an offer to Teo for $11 million? But it's Devin that needs fighters?
Do you play into the fact that Devin's style of fighting is a reason why he's not making as much money as he should when it comes down to comparison?
No. Devin, bro, you bumping your head. I'm glad the bell rang. I can't give you free time talking crazy. You're going to have to use Google. It's your friend. No, Google is your friend. Devin's made more money than Shakur. Devin's made more money than Crybaby Teo, who cries every time he fights that he doesn't make money. Like, Devin's made more money than everybody except Tank and Ryan. You bumped your head.
But they talking like they Tank and Ryan
goodbye.
Status, though. They ain't bringing that.
Goodbye.
They
You're wrong. You're wrong. And guess what else you don't know? Devin is actually everyone else's biggest payday. Do the math. Other than Ryan Garcia, who made $40 million or $30 million, with Tank, anybody else who's fought Devin, it's been their highest payday. JoJo fought Devin, his highest payday. Linada's highest payday. So on and so forth. Just check the numbers. Look at Regis. Highest payday was with Devin. You sound crazy. Look at Teo. His highest payday would have been with Devin. Like, yo, the Devin hate is astronomical. I hate that he was in this era and not in the Floyd era so he could get paid from all you fucking haters. It's nasty. The dude do nothing but fight and give the poor people their biggest payday. Somehow King Rory thinks Hitchins is making more money than Devin. I mean, this shit is just funny as fuck, bro. If you don't like somebody, say, I don't rock with this dude, bro. I don't like him, but, like, y'all make shit up. Deontay Wilder, where the fuck you at? Where you at, man?
Don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit.
Like, didn't CYP say that shit? Bro, you waiting in line. Put your phone on speaker. Everybody got an iPhone or Android. You got the button. You could just put it on speaker. You could still listen to people while you Google Devin Haney purses. Fuck, everybody got Twitter. Use the group app and say, yo, compare Devin Haney fight purses to Teofimo, to Shakur Stevenson, to Andy Cruz, to Richardson Hitchins, to Tank Davis, so you can see the Tank is getting more, to Ryan Garcia, so you can see that he is getting more. You understand? To Gary Antoine Russell, to Matias, to Liam Bottle. Just keep fucking putting the names, man. Lord, look, if I didn't want y'all to learn, I would just not take y'all calls no more until I feel like you've been off the show long enough to research and read and then come back. Y'all tripping. Google is your friend. Let me say it again.
Don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit.
Shit don't make no sense. Rez, what up?
Yo, can you hear me?
George, I love that you like to piss me off, bro. Let's just time you out while I explain to you how this has got nothing to do with money. That man said Devin Haney needs opponents. So I went on a mission to prove to you that he don't need opponents and that he provides the biggest payday for everybody else. You saying now we making it about money. I love that you like to piss me off, man. What up, champ?
Hey, man, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, man, first of all, happy Father's to you, Ness. Happy Father's Day. And everybody else in the community. But yeah, just to recap real quick, man. Shout out to Richardson Hitchins. He did what he had to do. He showed that he's above George, but even though it was in my opinion, a little worn down George after going through wars with multiple opponents. But yeah, shout out to him for getting the stoppage. I had George Kambosos to be knocked down. It was like plus money. It was like pretty locked bet. But yeah, one off that. But my main call is regarding for the Andy Cruz fight. I am officially off the hype train. I'm gonna be honest. I do not think Andy Cruz has a punch resistance. I think he has a suspect chin. Just because the last fight he had with the Japanese fighter, if you realize the fight, he got caught with a clean uppercut that didn't even have any steam, and that made Andy Cruz like back up, and go around circles a little bit before he can recollect his head. And that's with a Japanese fighter that's not known for his punches. So putting him with somebody with like Keyshawn, he's definitely gonna get knocked out. And another point, the other caller say it was kind of cringe when Andy Cruz called out Keyshawn, say Papa Keyshawn. I 100% agree. That was like the stupidest shit you could ever say. Yo, if you see the way he said, I don't think Andy believes that shit. I don't think he believes that's fucking he's Keyshawn's father. That nigga's definitely doing that shit for cloud chasing. My bad for cursing on the show though. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm officially off that thing. And once he get an opponent that's up his level, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose and gonna lose by knockout. Mark my words. But yeah, for the next fight, I do think Richardson should fight Haney. Definitely will get his bigger purse, and I definitely got Haney on that. A lot of people seem to forget that he was off a year, and he came back. Obviously, trying to get a win back in the win column. That's not his style. If you want to see what's his perfect style, go watch Regis Prograis. That nigga was beating him left and right, and if it wasn't for his dad's advice, he probably could have stopped Regis Prograis. Even Regis Prograis said that he has power, and like the power he don't see coming. So honestly, I got Devin Haney on that matchup, especially if he goes up to 147 when Devin Haney's not drained. But yeah, that's my call on that. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody. Peace.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. Thanks for calling in. If you're watching this on YouTube, you know what time it is, man. It's time to hit that thumbs up. That is free to do. Helps with the visibility. Gets us some new callers. They don't know. We here every day, man. They don't know about this Sunday show, man. It's like, you know how football is with the Colt. Yeah, well, we ain't no different over here on Sundays, man. Every Sunday, we recapping every weekend's fights, big, little, small. We interview them all, and we talk about them all, man. We watched OTX over here. We was live, man. Feel free to talk about the little card if you want. Can't make you do it, but just know, if you want to talk about it, I watched it. Big If, what up?
Yeah, what up, poppin' this?
Chilling.
Yo, salute to you, man. I'm gonna add to what you said about Google. Nowadays, you got Chat GPT that could be your best friend too. Gemini that could be your in-law too. You heard?
Word.
So Chat GPT, Gemini, they nasty too. So you get on that, man. You don't gotta go to Google.com. It's on your phone right there. You heard? So some of y'all be talking real reckless on here, man. But salute, man. Yo, I enjoyed both fights. The OTX card and this card. Forgive me, I sound a little winded right now. I was working out or whatever. But I enjoyed both cards, man. I'm really excited for Hitchins versus Haney, man. I like that matchup. Hopefully Big Turk, he could put that in a 14 by 14 ring, and we could get more action or whatever. But I'm a huge fan of boxers, man. I love boxers. I love Haney. I love Richards. So I'm not one of those cats that's like don't watch those kind of fights, man. So I'm excited, looking forward to that. But like the other caller, I don't know if it's the last caller or the caller before that. He said Hitchins, he kind of blindsided Eddie, man. And
yeah,
Eddie
there's
was
an
like,
article on that. Eddie ain't like it. There's an article. Eddie ain't like that he announced free agency. He did that Berlanga shit, but remember, that's Berlanga's man.
His manager.
And the same manager.
Yeah, that's what Eddie said too. He said in an interview, he was like, yo, Richard said, yo, this is Eddie changed my life, but he said he talked to Richards after the fight, and Richards was like, yeah, my manager told me to say the same thing. So he was like, he's to say I'm a free agent. So he said that's the same thing the manager did with, like you said, Berlanga.
Yeah.
So he's like, he's seeing a pattern there. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What you think? You think he should stay with Eddie, or he should try to cross the pond and all that?
Edgar didn't
You said stay
stay.
with Eddie?
No, I muted. Edgar didn't stay. He obviously, got with Turkey, and I think that's what Conley is trying to see. Like, can he get a Turkey deal?
Oh, that's true.
Because
That's
then you
true.
don't
Yeah,
need
you're
him.
right about
Listen,
that, man.
if you get
But anyway,
directly with Turkey, you don't need a promoter, and you don't pay that 20%.
nah, that's a fact. I forgot about that. Yo, so anyway, salute to you. Yo, I sent the instrumental to you, man. So whenever you
No,
get
I
time,
sent it to what? You sent that shit to Mozzie yesterday. I can't believe you did it so fast.
yeah. But salute, man. I want to see what Mozzie does with it, man. But
Yeah,
salute to
nah.
you.
He
Salute to the
said
fam.
he's sending it to his engineer to clean it up a little bit more, but he on it.
All right, for sure. Yo, salute, man. I'm out, yo.
All right. If you want to call in and voice your opinion, you know what to do. Right now is the time. We're going out to Vega.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh yeah, man. Happy Father's Day to you, to everyone that is a father. I know myself. We're going out with the fam. I'm sure it's going to be a nice day, and I hope the same for everybody else. Yeah, man. I did watching the fights. Man, the event in my community ended early, so I was able to settle in, and yeah, I think I caught what was it? Zaquin Moses, shout out to him. You know, that was a very good performance. And he was facing a guy much older than him. But he had a huge size advantage, but he did what he had to do. He broke the dude down, dropped him, and got the stoppage. That's what we want to see. Terramona facing a guy that was a former middleweight amateur. Went in there, punched on him, got him out the first round. Did what he had to do. Andy Cruz versus a Japanese fighter, a guy that I will never remember his name, and if I read it, I probably still cannot pronounce it, and may never see again. And an IBF eliminator. Shout out to IBF, man. Great ranking. Obviously a 50-50 fight. No, not at all. Andy Cruz did exactly what he was supposed to do. This guy, he outclassed him in every sense of the form within boxing. He looked good. He looked fast. He didn't. Once again, you see him trying to stand more in the pocket. You can see it's his instincts to kind of step back or step off. He'll throw the right hand, land it clean, and it'll be like a little small hitch where he gets kind of stuck, but then lets his hands go. It seems like he's working through it. He beat that dude down. That's what we want to see. He did what he's supposed to do. Hitchins versus Kambosos is a fight I never cared for. I've mentioned it many times. I knew it was a mismatch from the jump. It was hilarious to hear people really sit. They say, "Yeah, man, I think Kambosos is going to upset him," and never gave a details onto how he was going to do it. It's just for some reason Hitchens is hated. I don't know. It's because he talks that shit and then he goes in the ring and outboxes people. And I guess people think when you talk, when you're talking shit with someone, that means you're supposed to be rough and tough and knock a dude out. You know what I'm saying? Really, really be big and strong. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's y'all that are the problem. The dude said he's gonna go in there and beat beat who he's gonna be against, and he's undefeated to this day. And that's what he literally beat down Kambosos. He did what he's supposed to do. Beautiful body shot. You could just see it as the rounds was going on. Regardless of Ness's cheerleading for every time Kambosos might have hit Hitchens, that shit was disgusting. I got to say, real nasty to listen to. Hitchens was, man, he was almost flawless last night. Kambosos has fast hands, so yeah, he landed a couple punches. Who knew in boxing you can land a few punches? But man, really, very, very good guard, very active hands, very quick on the trigger. And he showed you bring up a little guy from 135 that, even though he's a former champion, is really, lost what, four of his last six, really five of his last six in most people's eyes. And he showed you what kind of champion he is, a guy that's gonna step on shit when there's shit put in front of him. For the future, I'm fine with either fight. If he wants to fight Tia, if he wants to fight Haney. Don't understand why people are just so like displeased if he fights Haney. Devin Haney is a great fighter, regardless of what you might want to say what happened with him and Ryan. Very accomplished. If Hitchens is gonna go up, I don't see the problem if that's what he wants. But we really like to see champion versus champion. So I think the Teo versus Hitchins makes sense as me as a boxing fan. And honestly, these guys, it doesn't seem like they have so many options. Hitchins has options between these two guys and maybe, going to PBC or whatnot. Maybe he can get there with Turkey. He didn't run, no, he didn't do no time. He didn't do no Jerry either. So yeah, man, definitely want to see how things play out. But yeah, if I'm Keith Connolly, the way he was acting, it was, hey, I'm being supportive of what they're saying right now. But we all know the business, bro. Boxing business lets us down usually. But I'm fine with either of those fights. But like I said, we want to see guys that say they're the best in their weight divisions fight each other. Not move up and down, fight guys out of 40, fight guys off losing streaks because there's a name that we've seen over and over again. Yeah, man, that's all I got, bro. Appreciate you, cheerleader.
All right. Listen, we locked in that Sam Noakes interview. He's gonna be fighting Keyshawn. Not Keyshawn. Keyshawn was formerly the WBO champion. He's gonna be fighting Abdullah Mason for that WBO that's vacant. Yes. If you want to ask him a question, you know what to do. Head on over to the members only page or the Patreon page, and you can ask him a question. He'll be on the show Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 2:30 UK. So once again, if you're a member, not only do you get to chat and be chatty patty in the chat, but you get to ask everybody we interview a question, man. You get to ask everyone we interview a question. Speaking of everyone we interview, let me keep being persistent here. Because they know what they say. Persistence is key and king. You feel me? Discord available. X Spaces also available for those that want to call in and discuss today's topic. We got Malik, New Orleans. What it do, my friend? Malik. Geo in the place to be.
Yo, you hearing us?
Yes, sir.
Oh, first of all, happy Father's Day, man. Hope you
Appreciate
enjoy
it.
your day today. Second, I want to run this kind of scenario with the whole Hitchison and Haney fight because I will honestly be thrilled to see that fight. I don't know why people are so turned off by it, but since Boots is moving up, and is he gonna vacate the IBF belt that he's holding?
I mean, the goal should be to vacate both.
I mean, if he vacates the IBF,
but it don't work that
Hitchison
way.
as the IBF champion,
It
will
don't
he
work.
Able to elevate?
No, it
for a
don't work that
contender?
way. It don't work that way for the IBF. And Hitchins only made one title defense. Even if it did, the normal rules call for you being super champion status, meaning, you've earned the right to do that.
Okay. Yeah, see that was my little scenario. I thought they could just make a whole title fight at 147 between Haney and Hitchison for that belt. But if it doesn't work like that, then that kind of just goes down the drain then.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean it's a good fight. I hope they make it happen. Also, we don't know what's going on with Teo or what Teo we're gonna get anyways when he fights on fight night. It's very unpredictable at this point. But I mean, I expected Kambosos. I thought Kambosos was gonna do a little more, man. I mean, my betting slip had it going to 12 rounds, and it did not. So lost some money that day, but it is what it is.
Bad.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. Appreciate being on the show, man. I can't wait to keep on listening to the rest of the recap.
All right, champ. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it, man. You have a good rest of your day.
You too. If you want to call in, Discord available, X Spaces also available for anybody that wants to voice their opinion on today's topic. We're doing a weekend recap. Let's see here. We got, Rachel Donaire.
Hey, Ness. Want to say Happy Father's Day?
Thank you. I'm sorry. I feel so bad. You guys won and I didn't even watch it. I don't even know how to watch it. Let's be real. Where was it watchable at?
So the broadcast was solely like given by this broadcasting station here called TYC.
Okay, so you can't
Some
blame
people
us.
said
We can watch it. You can't
no,
blame us.
no. And then I get like, when I was in the locker room, of course I'm getting pings. They're like, "Dude, the stream's not working." I'm like, "There's nothing I could, do." But we're trying to get, I think there's highlights. I think some people actually did like try to post it and stuff while it was going on, since it was an actual broadcast in Argentina, so they figured no one was gonna, copyright strike it or whatever. But yeah, just want to call in and say what's up.
So how was it? I mean, you were there live. Give us some details. How was the environment? This was Argentina. I mean, how was the commission? How'd everything go? How was the fight? What you think of your husband's performance?
Well, Argentina, first of all, has been amazing. Everyone's been, really super helpful and really nice. The hotel staff, the restaurants that we went around, it was a little difficult because a lot of people didn't speak English, and I'm the only one that understood Spanish. So our entire team was like, "What do you say? What do you say?" the entire time. Um, and I mean, Andres, he was, a sweetheart. He was respectful. He was humble. It was his team I had an issue with. Like first, they got in it with Basil, our cutman, over the gloves. Like they didn't bring their own gloves. Okay, they wanted Nonito's second pair. And Basil, eventually called me in. We had to talk the morning of the fight because Nonito wasn't approving it. He's like, "What? Those are my second pair. You're always supposed to have a second pair in case, let's just say he starts hitting the mitt, his left or right hand doesn't feel good. He should be able to switch out his glove, right? For the same pair of gloves that we brought." They wanted our second pair. And so I kind of got in it with, I don't know if it was his manager. It was his manager, and him and Basil were getting in it the morning of the fight because we had a second re-glove for them. And eventually I spoke up and I was like, "No, you can't have that glove." And they're like, "Why not?" And I was like, "It's mine." I was like, "It's mine. I paid for it. I brought it. Why the hell would you come to a world championship fight without gloves?" And he's like, "Well, we never bring gloves." I go, "Bullshit. You guys have fought Sonny Edwards before. Don't act like you're new to this. Like you've never been a world championship fight." And the promoter was trying to give them gloves. They had like this Argentinian brand, but they refused it. They wanted to use the Everlast. And he's like, "Well, what's the difference if I buy Everlast?" I was like, "Go and buy Everlast. Bring it your damn self." So, there was already like some animosity there. Um, and then, as the fight went on and what happened with the headbutt throughout the night and what ended up calling, like, they're 2 feet away from my face, like, yelling at me, saying, like, it was a punch. And I just kept, like, looking at him like, I'm not really going to talk back to you, because if I talk back to you and tensions get rise, there's going to be a fight in the ring with my corner and his corner. You know what I mean? Oh, again, of course, it was a little bit difficult for Nonito. I knew he won because I could understand it, but Nonito was standing there like, "Did I win or not?" when they were announcing the scores.
Because they had to go to the scorecards due to the cut.
Due to the cut in the headbutt. The headbutt was an accidental headbutt. But they Nonito won all the rounds on all the cards. I think on one of them, or I think on two of them, actually, they might have given Campos one round, but they said it in Spanish. And the way they were announcing it was like they were like saying both fighters' names and the scores all in Spanish. So Nonito's standing there and Campos is clapping, and I'm trying to get his attention, but his eyes shut on, he can't see me. And I'm telling him, like, you won, and he couldn't, he didn't know until the referee raised his hand. I mean, there was a whole commotion about the headbutt, the scorecards, which is why his corner guy was, in my face about it. The rest of his corner ran to the telecast desk. I was trying to watch behind the whatchamacallit, the telecast. Like, that's the people that's going to, they wanted to look at the tape and stuff. Then it's the referees that you're going to look at. You're not going to crowd a telecast booth trying to argue any point. But besides that, I think that what people, forgot is that Nonito's been trying to chase the fight for the last 2 years. It's not like he sat out and was just like, screw the world. He tried to call out Sonny Edwards. That never materialized. Chocolatito went a different way. All these other BS, and everyone wants to talk mess and say, yeah, well, he's old. Well, if he's old, why aren't we getting these fights? Why don't people want to fight Nonito if that's the case? Oh, because you're afraid that he's still dangerous. So, we did what we did last night. I think Nonito did amazing. I think he had to, take off that ring rust. But we're just enjoying the win, enjoying life.
So what's this interim mean? What's next potentially for Nonito? Does he have to face the super champ or the regular champ, or does he get elevated? What happens next?
We haven't even had that discussion right now. We're just, a little concerned about the eye. All last night and actually through this morning, there's been pain in his eye, like pressure. So we're just, like I said, like, listen, I told you the last time when he lost against Santiago, I know there's going to be at least one more, at least, because every champion wants to at least go on, on a win, right? But as far as that, like, we're just looking after his health and making sure he's good. And we'll have that discussion if, he still wants to, but we haven't pushed any issue. We're just enjoying the win at this point.
I mean, what would you want? You still the manager. Obviously, he's healing up. You could talk to us. I mean, because obviously Antonio Vargas just signed a Matchroom, but he's co-promoted with people Box Lab Promotions.
Yeah.
Also, he's the Super WBA. Is that what you would want?
Wait, is he super?
Yeah,
I don't think he's super.
No, he got elevated. He's the full champ.
You got elevated from interim to world champion to super?
Well, he's the full champ. I don't know if he's super, but there's no one above him.
He's not super.
There's no one above him. He's got the only belt. You guys are the only interim, and there's no regular. It's just him. The number one spot is vacant. But my thing is that big enough for Donaire, or would he rather try to get Bam to come up and fight him for that 118 interim?
Number one, I think it is big enough, of course. For sanctioning bodies, they're big enough for Nonito. But when it comes to Bam, like, we visited this.
No. I mean, is the Vargas fight big enough, or would he prefer the bigger name in Bam Rodriguez coming up?
Well, see, that's the thing, right? Like, Vargas is the champion. You can't ignore it, and that you can't disrespect that. He has his belt. There also is still the champion recess. So that's why I'm kind of just watching what is going on, because we know Vargas is fighting in July, and then there's still the champion in recess. So what happens when that guy comes back? When is he coming back? I don't actually know the injury the Japanese guy has, Satsumi. So I'm not sure, like, how long he's going to be out. And when he comes back into the game, does that make whatever fight that is a super or not? As far as Bam goes, I know we've said it before, and I believe Robert said it as well. He's like, Bam's like Nonito's little brother. Coming up into the when he was at Garcia's Boxing Academy, and just seeing him when he was little and stuff like that. As much as it would be a fantasy fight, I don't believe. I think I could speak for Nonito, and he'd say that he wouldn't want to fight Bam.
Obviously, Turkey Al-Sheikh announced Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez for September 13th, and he expressed his interest on wanting Junto Nakatani on the card or stating that he is on the card. Now, that makes sense. That's the biggest name for Junto. If you guys offer him the fight, can Donaire be ready for September 13th if they offer him a Nakatani fight on the undercard of Canelo Bud?
I mean, like I said, it's all going to be highly dependent on how long it takes for his eye to stop hurting. Of course, we're gonna get it checked again when we're in the States because it's difficult over here with the language barrier. But so I mean, like I said, like a lot of it has to do with his health. I feel like if we're gonna go for something like Junto, I think it definitely has to be where he needs another fight to, get that ring rust off because Junto, with all due respect, is, a really strong champion. So we'd have to be ready for some type of fight like that. Like this fight, we only had 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. And Nonito didn't want to pass up the opportunity.
So September would be too close for a Junto fight.
I think so.
For sure.
In my opinion, yeah. I mean, like you have to seriously. Not that we didn't take Andres seriously. It was one of those things that you don't know if this offer will ever be coming back to the table, and that's why in 4 weeks he's like, "We can do this." I was like, "All right."
So you think the orbital may be broken or what?
No, it's like it almost freaking looks like a huge like bee sting on his eyelid from the headbutt. It's not. It's so the pressure from the eyelid is pushing onto his eyeball um from the headbutt. So I said the eyeball. Oh, eyeball hurts, he said. He said it's like when you get thumbed.
All right. Well, Rach, let me get to some of these callers. I just wanted to put those out there. Obviously, I think, for Bam, if you guys put it out there, you never know. That's a big fight for Bam. And, he's got his own thing. He's going after the older legends, so that makes sense. I know Junto's tough, but he's already got the nod from Turkey, so I had to put that out there. That Turkey money's life-changing. Who knows what he offers Donaire to get on that card. And yeah, Antonio Vargas, he recently got up elevated, so and he works with BoxLab.
Hey, and you're forgetting those. What's his? I mean, I know he didn't go for a championship last night, but Estrada's an 18 now too. Estrada, Chocolatito, that was something that we were, going after, but both of them didn't want it at the time. I don't know if now is the time, but I always think that those names, like you're talking about legends versus legends at that point.
For sure. I like Juan Francisco Estrada. Yep. He's number 11 in the WBO. I don't see him in the BA, but yeah, if you could get it done.
Yeah. Well, again, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Thanks for having me, Ness, and I'll talk to you later.
No, of course. Congratulate, obviously, Nonito, and tell him Happy Father's Day as well.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Phone lines are open for anybody who wants to call in. Now is the time. We got on a check-in. Oh, yeah, damn, I seen that. They already threw it in the 24/7 chat. Yeah, I seen it too, bro. I screenshotted those stories too. Poor Dev, man. But this is what I preach, bro. Nobody is free from Nestor's gospel, man. You got to know who you making your BM, bro. My man is out here saying he can't see his son unless he pay her bills, bro. You knew that before you bust off in that. You knew what type of chick she was before you nutted in there. Like, she was already asking you for sneakers and hair done. All that. She was already, like, you should have known that. I just don't be getting this shit, bro. I'm telling you. My dad told me, bro, jump around. Jump around before you tie down. Chad, Canada, what it do?
Hey, Ness, good morning. How are you, man? That was really great of Rachel to call. Rachel's great, man. I mean, she's like down with YouTube,
She's down
boxing
with
YouTube.
TBV, man. She down with
Oh, she's down with
TBV?
TBD for
Yeah,
sure.
you know
Yeah,
me. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Yeah,
yeah.
she's definitely in YouTube
But she
boxing
calls
for
in like
sure.
she call in like anywhere on any show, man. She
Yeah,
can
no,
show
she's
up.
down with YouTube
That's what I
boxing.
like about her. Yeah, she down with the people for sure. But look, about last night, I don't know. Like I tried to call in last night, and I heard a few calls, and it seemed like a lot of people were down on the main event, like on the fight, the Hitchins and Kambosos fight. Uh, I mean, yeah, I'll say Cam was never going to win, but what he brought to the ring was great. Well, he was great. I mean, um, what else can he did exactly what he can do, Kambosos, and to the maximum amount he could do it. I respect the hell out of that. And I thought Hitchins did exactly what he should. He held his ground, tried to go forward all night, through his hands. He took a couple rounds off, but that was after trying to take Kambosos out. I felt that was when Hitchins' activity got at its lowest. Otherwise, I thought he played it well. He was patient and accurate all night. His shot selection and placement was great. That's the Hitchins I originally started watching, and combined with good footwork too. But last night he held his ground, man, and that's what I thought he needed to do. It was great, and the heat at the end and the post fight, I like that heat too, man. I like the call out to Haney. I thought it was a good look for Africa last night. Like he's back in my good books, man. I'm ready to see what comes next. Like he can fight Haney, be great.
Wait. So when did he get in your bad books? What did he do to get in your bad book?
Not bad books, but I haven't liked the way he's been fighting since the Chone Zepeda fight. Like just the way he's been retreating and using space around the ring, and like I haven't liked. It's just not been a good look.
So
He
so
hasn't
it's
been throwing his
so
hands
the
as much.
so but which one
Right,
was it?
yes.
Is it the Gustavo or is it the Pato? Because I thought the Chon Cepeda fight he fucking blew him out.
The Zepeda fight was all right. The Zepeda fight was all right, but the Limos fight was the big issue for me. And the Paro got a little better. It was just in and around that time I saw a change in how he was fighting, for sure, for sure. Um, his team tried to, like, after the Limos fight, man, they buckled down to tell everyone there's nothing going on, there's no change, everything's the same. But what we saw last night, I mean, that's the Hitchins I like. That's the Hitchins I want to see go
Yeah,
forward,
but you
man.
can't always get a knockout, champ. I hope you like it because he was
No,
coming
it's not about a
forward and not
knockout.
because of the
Not about a
knockout.
knockout.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No.
I hope you like it because he was being a walk him down type fighter and not because of the knockout. Because everybody isn't gonna go.
No, it's attractive boxing, dude. That's what I want. I want to, I want to watch. I'll watch 12 rounds if they're giving me attractive, good looking boxing. And Hitchins is totally capable of it. So he needs a good opponent, though. See, that's why I got a lot of respect for Cam. That's what people are down on Cam, but Cam brought that out in Hitchins. It takes it. You need that partner. You need that dance partner. And Cam was good for that. He brought out what was needed out of Hitchins. If the wrong opponent was in there last night, who knows what kind of fight we would have got. So that's the thing too. The styles make the fights. Like, what will we get against Haney, do you think? That's like, how do you see that fight going?
What? Haney Hitchins?
Haney in Africa, yeah. Like,
I don't
what
know,
do you?
bro.
I'm not saying who you think wins, but like,
I don't know.
what do you think? Like,
I don't know how it plays out, right? Like I never seen them spar, and I heard they've sparred, and Hitchins wants to fight so bad. You have to believe that maybe he's not lying about what took place in those sparring sessions. He's just so adamant. Like you don't just want the fight. You're disrespecting him. You calling him and his father a pussy. You've never respected him. You shit on the George win. Now you fought him and knocked him out. Devin had 24 rounds. He couldn't do that. I mean, look, I don't know. There's something there. To me, as Tone would say, it's always over a girl. So I just wonder, two guys that were friends. Is this over a girl, or is this simply I know I'm better than you and I want to prove it to the world?
I don't know, but I love the heat. I almost don't care what the reason is really. Like it's gonna produce a great fight with two guys that want to get in there and bang. That's what we need more of. So I'm with it. I hope the Haneys are hearing this, and I hope they'll be thinking about taking that fight. I mean, he's the champion. Go get the belt. I love it.
Well,
Like that's what boxing needs.
it won't be for a belt, because Devin told him, when he called them out, Devin responded right away and said we could do it at 147. Devin's a welterweight. If he's ready to
Yeah, he's
come
moved up.
up,
That's right.
Devin is ready
All
for that
right.
squabble.
Yeah. I forgot about that. All right. Well, I'm gonna jump off, but great show today, Ness. I'll go back to listening, man. Thanks.
You the man. Bandero.
What's up, Papa?
What up?
Hey, happy Father's Day, my brother.
Appreciate it. Likewise.
Shout out to the community. Hey, man. Respect to Kambosos. He's done his thing. Really, I don't want to shit on him because he fought a lot of champions, but Kambosos had he had an off night. What's his name? Teo. So obviously he had the momentum, and when he fought Haney, the Kambosos that fought Haney is not the same Kambosos that fought Hitchins yesterday. But to me, to me also, like, Kambosos was never been on the same level as the Haney. Even if he beat Teo, we know he beat Teo, but he wasn't not on the same level as the Haney, the Teo, the Shakur, all that. But respect to him, he's a fighter. Yesterday he showed that he was a warrior, so I have to give my a props to him. Now, Hitchins, is the style. We know the styles makes fight. Kambosos is not a hard puncher, so Hitchins is definitely that's a I wouldn't say easy because no fight are easy, but that's the type of fight that Hitchins will win most of the time, because once he fights like a real puncher, he won't be coming out. He won't be coming like so close to the fighter. So yesterday he realized that Kambosos doesn't punch as hard. He knew anyway that Kambosos doesn't punch as hard as a Gustavo. Is it Gustavo de Limos? Yeah, Limos or Subriel, or this type of fighter. So this type of fight, Hitchins is definitely like he's definitely in it. Even with the Haney, with the Teofimo, with the boxers, Hitchins had a really good chance. However, I have to give him his props, because I didn't expect a body shot like that. So that's why I was impressed yesterday. Is the way he went for the body. But he said himself, I don't know if you heard at the end, he said himself he took a risk. And I don't think he would take the same risk with a Subriel, or with a Gary Antoine, or So, as I say, styles makes fight. Hitchins as a boxer is a tremendous boxer, and props to him. But styles makes fight again. Andy Cruz, I wasn't impressed, but I was happy with his performance. You can see his progression. He's not ready for Keyshawn, but you can see the progression, and that's why if you hear Bozy, he speaks. He says like been working on him, and he's kind of trying to let him keep the same style, but at the same time to make him more as a professional, a professional style. So to like sit more on his punches, to run, like not to run, but like to use his, to use his legs a little bit less, but still using his legs. But it's a progression. Is a work in progress. So that's what about Andy Cruz. So he's not ready for Keyshawn yet. That's my
Bell,
comment, because
champ.
I know.
Appreciate you. Nah, for sure. Appreciate you, Pat. Always a pleasure talking boxing, real boxing. Philly D, 2-pounder. Haney versus Africa. Who starts the boxing as bookie's favorite. I think fuck. It's tough, bro. It's very tough. I probably would lean Haney. I think his knockout percentage is bigger than Africa's. Africa's at 40, I think. Teal's at 59. And I think Haney is at 49 or 50. Let me see. Yeah, that's betting favorite. You know, that's all. I don't know anything else. I think Dev will be a slight favorite. Similar to like what we seen with Israel Mercado. Maybe they both like minus 105 and minus 115. You know, maybe tight like that. Because my edge, I'm giving it to Haney as being at 47 first. But you got to remember, Hitchins is naturally a 140 pounder. So he's been a 47 pounder, you know. Devin only has 46.88. So he's right behind Hitchins, who's got 40% even. You know, so yeah, that's an even fight. Hitchins got that 74-inch reach, Lord. Devin 3 inches short at 71. Hitchins 5'10", and they got Devin at a 5'9". So yeah, they got the experience. You got that experience over Hitchins, but it's tough, yeah, man. I wonder what that opens up as. Phone lines are open if you're trying to call in. Now is the time. We got Leonard Sterling. Last call for callers. Leonard Sterling, 5-pounder. It's Boxeo de Primera official YouTube channel. They normally post the TYC Sports weekend fights within a few days. They usually posted by Wednesday. All right. Well, last call for callers. If you're trying to call in, now is the time. And if not, that will be the Rizzy. And we back at it mañana. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. But if you really want to communicate, hit me up on @ThaBoxingVoice on Instagram, where I reply to everyone. Don't forget, Sam Noakes will be on the show Thursday. Keith Cologne will be on the show tomorrow. So head on over to the community page and go ahead and drop your questions for all our scheduled guests that will be coming on the program. All members and Patreons are entitled to dropping a question. We got Keith Cologne tomorrow morning. We're also going to be doing an unguarded interview with Hansley Bobo. He's going to be taking on Ray Rodriguez. That interview is scheduled for 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. That is a Border Wars branch off. So if you're into amateur boxing, tune in for that second episode outside of our already morning episode. Thursday, we got Sam Noakes. And the following Monday, we got Lobo for his unguarded. And that's about it right now. We got Latron Cooper with the $2 Nest. You doing a live fight chat for the Grand Prix? I did the last time, champ. I did the last time. It wasn't a lot of us here, but, you know, I'm going to watch it anyway. So, yep, I will be doing it. I will be doing it, man. We got Nas. What up?
Hey, what's up, brother? You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I had Kambosos winning last night. I mean, I wanted to, coming off the Haney train, I wanted to see, if Kambosos could get back to form. He couldn't. I mean, listen, Hitch with that jab, that 74-inch reach with that jab. Listen, he giving you all of it. He giving you the full extension. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But so when it comes down to that Haney Hitchison, yo, that'll be a tough. That's gonna be a squabble, man. That's gonna be a fight right there because trying to get on the inside of that or work on the outside of that, the way he informed right now, it's gonna be a good fight. I mean, and if you trying to make a fight, somebody want to make a fight, that's the fight right there. The tail of the tape, hey, 50-50. It got to be 50-50 at the last night, man, because he put on a performance, man, and and that's where it's at right now. If he come to 147 though, see, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we have yet to see Haney, make the scale at 147 and how his body gonna look. So, you know, I mean, I think that's a good squad. I think that's what we need right now. As far as the Andy Cruz situation, I like Andy Cruz. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I don't think he could deal with Keyshawn right now. Leave that where it's at. You feel me? That amateur shit don't mean nothing. But that's all I got for you today, bro. I'll talk to you.
All right, champ. Appreciate you. Tito Los, what up?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Sorry, I got a call. Father's Day, man. They're on me right now. Happy Father's Day to the community. Happy Father's Day to you, Ness.
Appreciate you.
Hope we all have a great day. Y'all deserve getting calls, man. So real quick, I don't know why Hitchison is calling out Haney. I think it's punching down. Haney ain't nobody at 140 now. Now, they can run that squabble. They can run that squabble and he gonna fuck around and lose his belt. That's fine. But I just feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe Haney knocked his girl. Maybe he beat him up pretty bad in sparring. I don't know, something personal going on there. I think it's I don't think it's wise on his part. If they get into it together, then those corners I think are starkly different, man. The Hitchins corner and the Haney corner, it's looking like night and day, man. That Haney corner is way more disciplined, way more put together. Haney listens to his corner. Hitchins is young. He's brash. He's a little outspoken, like I was saying last night. He's better off, fighting T.O. Jetson and becoming unified. And then maybe Haney comes back down, does something at 140. I don't think he's gonna be successful at 147. I don't know though. And make it epic. But right now, I think he's punching down. Haney's a nobody at 140.
I mean, what if he want to move up? People were saying he looked like Skeletor.
I think that's silly, man.
Silly to move up.
Yeah, I think that's not. Nah. That if he goes up to fight Haney, yeah, man, nah. He needs to cement his place at 140. He only got one belt. He's only defended it one time. He just basically. I think he needs to go and solidify himself as a fighter. He just ain't got no leverage. I mean, if he wants to go up there and fight a non-champion, as a non-champion, I guess. But to me, it don't make no sense. And that's just my opinion.
I hear you, man. So you prefer him to stay and fight Tio or something, I guess, at 140.
That's what I think. Yeah, he fight T.O. He unify. Can he beat T.O.? Who knows? But he does it or he doesn't. He dares to be great, and because moving to 147 seemed like an emotional decision. You got something there. You got something going there. You got something good going there. You might be able to establish some legendary status there. At 147, he's starting all over. But that's my call. Happy Father's Day, y'all. Peace out.
Peace. Appreciate you, man. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It's free 99. If you're watching this on X Live streaming video, also free to hit the retweet, repost. Help a brother out. I'm trying to grow. You enjoy the show. I'm the only boxing talk on Sunday. I'm not going to say that, but I've been here for a long time on Sundays, man. Consistency is there. You know, you want to keep that consistency going. I need you to hit me with the shares, man. Those shares get other callers like, look, Tito Votes, man, you knew, and I'm loving it. Came through with an official tissue mic, you know. He's part of the community. He's giving his takes weekly. That's how we get more callers, man. You share the show, new listeners turn into potential callers, man. Laugh out loud, pillow, what it do?
Yo, you got me?
We got you.
Yeah. So, what up, Ness? Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to you, Ness. Yeah, what up, community? But that fight yesterday, um, I really like the way Hitchins fights. As far as like, I'm not really a big fan of the boxer style, um, but his style, he can pull it off real good. You know, his jab is like, it's fun to watch. His 1-2 is clean, it's crisp. He stays composed in there. I agree with the last caller though. Like, goes up to 147. I don't think he's gonna be successful doing that. Even where he's at 140, if you look at the other champions, I wouldn't really pick him over anybody else except Tio. So I think he could beat Tio. The style will give Tio trouble. You know what I mean? That long, that jab, the boxer style. I think it would look similar to that Kambosos fight, but just a little, Tio's a little bit more high level, but they're similar in their styles. And I think that's why Kambosos was able to beat Tio, because they're so similar. So, but I think if he goes up against Gary, he's going to lose. I got to see Puello fight again, but he's kind of similar with that boxing style, but he's a little bit more of a puncher than Hitchinson. So I think that might be able to give him some problems too. But he got so much fights at 140. It's crazy. If I could pick an opponent for Hitchison myself, because I don't think that fight proved much. You know, it proved that he's a solid fighter. But as far as like what we know about him and his skill level, I don't think that fight really proved too much. So before he tries to unify, if I was his team, I'll give him another fight to prove myself. And if I could pick that fight, I'll pick Rayo. You know what I mean? That'd be a great fight to see him versus Rayo. I would love to see that scrap, and that would prove to me, if he could beat Rayo, that would prove to me that he's the real deal. But I just don't know, man. I just don't know if he has the power to keep some guys off him like he is. Of course, Gary versus Rayo, they was taking bombs, and he was just walking right through that shit. So Hitchins didn't even get hit last night, So I'm thinking, like, does he have a chin? Has his chin ever been tested? I don't think it has. You know what I mean? He's a clean boxer. He fought 2 clean versus Paro and 2 clean versus this chin never got tested yet. So I still got a question mark over him, but he is good. He is the goods, and I'm hoping that he continues on his success, because he's kind of building his name. He's building his fame. But there's certain people you need to move him right. You don't need to put him against no pit bull. You don't need to put him against guys like that who's just gonna walk through that power and just beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I really have to say. The little boxing analysis for the morning.
All right, champ. We appreciate you. Bandalorian, what it do?
Actually think Pitbull tripping. He talking about don't put him in against Pitbull and all that. Hell no, that's how you that image against them pressure fighters, like when he had that trouble with Lemos. I feel personally that was just because of just because, like you said, that cutting weight and that weight clause. I think he's trying to get out of having to make that motherfucker. So if I was Africa, I would at least unify with Gio. I mean, 'cause like you said, Ness, they got the same manager. So that was craziness. I ain't know. I had just opened up X. Like I literally like almost simultaneously. Like, I opened up YouTube, started playing your show, and all that. Then I hit X, and I seen Boston Kingdom posted as soon as you were saying that Eddie Hearn was offended by after saying that he was a free agent and stuff. I was like, damn, but I was like, you know, I said, yeah, Edgar Berlanga, his man's, and they got the same manager.
Yep.
Because if you seen Cigar Talk and then the Akin Barak, when they was talking after, all he kept saying was, yeah, Edgar was telling me, and all that. So, like you said, yeah, they sticking together and all that. And he letting them know the ins and outs. But my only thing is, though, you really think he could get on with Turkey? And I'm not talking because of his style,
I
but just in
mean,
general. Like, you think Turkey
I
open
mean,
to add more ring ambassadors?
I mean, he's got the ear of you know, Keith Conley got Turkey's number. He just got a call. Listen, he's a free agent. What do we want to do? Is it a yes or no answer?
Yeah, that's true. That's why I say it was interesting. But I'm like, damn. Remember I was telling you yesterday when I got on, it's gonna be hell for Eddie if he fuck around and lose Edgar, he lose goddamn Africa, he lose goddamn Boots because Boots only got one fight left, and then this fight in July, that's Shakur last fight with him. So it's gonna be interesting. Then you see Ray ain't happy. Ray ain't happy about not getting that Sugar Nunez fight. That's evident. You know, he was getting his shit off in that Ring magazine interview. I said, God damn, I know Eddie wasn't happy about that shit, but hey, like you said, shit, them promoters, they work for the fighters. So fighters gotta speak their mind and voice their displeasure. So I mean, we gonna see how it all play out. But I'm happy. I'm happy for Africa. Like I said, man. You know, I don't care. People tripping on them, and what Pillow was just saying. Pillow, you forgot Ryo moved back down to 135, so that's certainly not happening for Africa. Like I said, he need to go and unify with Tio. That's another good fight, man. They'll sell out that Hulu theater again. You know, they ended up selling it out yesterday. I do want to see the Devin Haney fight. I guess the only thing is because Devin did move up. I feel like Africa not gonna move up probably till like midway next year or near the end of next year. So I ain't really tripping if he don't fight him. But the only person I do want him to fight next, if it ain't Devin, is certainly Tio though. You know, I don't even care if he do fight 2 times. If he beat Tio, and then he go and then he fight one more time at 140. I for certain like don't want like what Pillow was saying. No, I for certain want him to fight a pit bull. But I think Africa is shit about pit bull. Pit bull ain't gonna do nothing but walk him down. That power shit don't mean nothing to me. But like that jab elite. Like you said, this he got that reach advantage. So, but yeah, that he did what he was supposed to do. He did what he was supposed to do against Kambosos, and it was funny too. Des, I don't know if you've seen it. It was one of them little 2 minute interviews. I don't know if it was fight hype or whatever, because you know how the media be they all swarming. I can't remember last night. Remember after he was on your show, right, Ness, and you asked him when you interviewed him, you said something about Devin when he fought Ryan or fought Loma, whatever it is. And then Africa said, no, because Devin been getting hit in his face with dumb shit. And then you and Tom bust out laughing. It was so funny yesterday when they asked Bill about what Africa did in his performance. And Bill said, well, he did what he's supposed to do, but he for sure ain't no Devin Haney because he was getting hit way too much. I said, oh, shit, Bill. I said, oh, shit, Bill. I said, you done made the table now. I said, now everybody finna get on you, man. So, I don't know. We don't see though, because Devin he didn't respond to me either, Ness, because I had quote tweeted him yesterday, and I said, "Are you in Tokyo, Japan, to scout out my G?" And I added Brian Norman Jr. You know, because Devin in Tokyo, so I said it's gonna be interesting. We gonna see come Sunday. You know, you never know with Devin and them. You know, like Bill said, they always working, but I don't know, because I feel like Devin he do want the Africa fight too, because he like they know Tio ain't gonna fight him, and I don't think he'll get this Sissoko fight. Sissoko like shit. I'm being old. He like I gotta get my title shot while I can. So I don't think he'll sacrifice that Mando to try and fight Devin or anything, you know. But we gonna see. You know, I ain't tripping on Devin. He doing what he supposed to do, and the Africa is too. But like I said, I definitely want to see them fight. We gonna see how it all play out, man. That's all I really gotta say, though. I appreciate you, Ness. I'm gonna holler at you, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. If you're trying to call in, now is the time. Big money. Big money.
Yo,
Hola.
what's going on, Ness?
Chilling.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day to the community. You know what I mean? We had some good boxing yesterday. Oh, I did watch the Nonito fight with Campos. I'll just go over that real quick. Nonito in the first round, like they had like an accidental head clash, and you know it was what it was. Campos at the end of the round, I think he did an intentional butt right after that. Like it looked intentional. So it was like, all right, bro, you already playing dirty. But then in the second round, he felt that power. So he didn't really want to engage too much. Like he kept trying to like jump in and jump out, but he really ain't want he didn't want to feel like he didn't want to feel that power no more. So as the fight went on, Nonito was just he was outboxing him. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much got every round. But then when he did that last headbutt in the ninth, I felt like he did that shit out of frustration. Like he didn't know what to do. So he was just really trying to blast on him because he realized he must have realized he was losing on the cards. But it was what it was. Nito got the win. Whatever. I'm glad. Moving on with Hitchins. As far as does he want to fight Dev? Yeah, I'm sure he does, but I think all of that call out was more emotional. That was, for the fact that who was trolling him the whole time leading up to the fight. You know what I'm saying? It was Bill and stuff like that. So he was just going at them based on that. That was emotion. He's not moving up there. And even if he did move up there, everybody gonna say the same thing. He'd be like, oh well, Dev pulled him up there and he fought him. Or not even that he pulled him up there because he called him out. So they're still gonna call out the fact that they're gonna look like Dev is bigger than him. And that kind of teaches me that everybody respects Dev. Because when Dev voluntarily moved up from 35 to 40 to challenge Regis, they called him a weight bully. But nobody's talking about the fact that George got pulled up from 35 to 40 for this fight. And yeah, he did catch.
Technically, he had one
Africa
fight at the division. Remember, he fought that kid Wiley, who was a late replacement for the dude he originally was supposed to schedule the fight. Somebody got pulled out.
We talking about
George.
Kambosos?
Yeah, he wasn't pulled up because this is second fight at 40.
Oh, this is second. But then you know what? Then I stand corrected. Because I thought he was up there only for. I didn't see that fight, the one that you talking about. I thought he was just up there for the smoke, for this smoke. Figuring it was like a little cash out. All right, so I stand corrected on that. But it was a good fight. I know people said he didn't get hit, but George caught him with a couple of he caught him with some flush shit. That's the reason why Bill spoke on that. Because he got caught with some flush shit. But Hitchins looked good. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he's supposed to look. Andy Cruz, get a life, man. There's a whole bunch of people at 135 you need to be looking at. Talk to Raymond Moritaya, bro. All right, man. Peace.
All right. Yeah, I'm interested to see if he sparks out Raymond. Then it's like, all right, you the goods. You the goods.
Real.
But you said
Definitely.
Andy, so I'm gonna go ahead and screen share the latest Andy Keyshawn hate. Is what I'm telling you. This is an obsession. Oh, he is obsessed. Look, he sent the Father's Day message to Keyshawn.
Estamos en vivo ya, señores. Me siento triste. Me siento triste porque, como ustedes sabrán, no es el día del papá y estoy esperando una llamada de Kishan, mi hijo. No me ha llamado a felicitarme.
He talking about I feel sad. I feel sad because you know today's Father's Day, and I'm sitting here waiting on a call from my son, and he hasn't called me. He hasn't called me to congratulate me. Why? Fucking hater.
Yo, Ness, you know, in comedy, Ness, they have this saying. It's called the law of diminishing returns. It means that as the longer and longer you keep telling the joke, the less and less funny it is. That's
real.
what Andy's running into right now.
For real, it's at the point where I'm hating on him because it's like that's all you doing, bro. It's how many years of it? Like it's like why you don't just fight him? Why you Twitter beefing for 4 years? How long this nigga been pro, bro? I don't get why people giving him a pass. Is insane to me. Insane. Like your whole career is based off one dude. That's the nastiest work ever. I've been doing this shit for so long. I've never seen one person's entire career based off one guy. Like Savannah Marshall didn't troll Clarissa this much. It's just excessive. It's excessive. It's a turnoff at this point because it's like all you do is say Keyshawn, but fight dudes we don't know. How is he fooling y'all? I don't get it. Keyshawn, fight somebody I don't know. Keyshawn, fight another dude I don't fucking know. More Keyshawn, more dudes I don't know. It's fucking insane. Insane. And then all you see is laughing out loud emojis. Like, y'all so entertained with this dude ducking his way to the top. He's a stand-up comedian on his way to the top, and y'all giving it a pass. It's fucking insane to me.
He need to get a new routine, man. That's all it is.
For real.
Get a new routine.
But that's the
We
thing.
tired of these jokes.
Why get a new routine if they keep hiring you at the comedy club with the same jokes? He keep coming back with the same jokes, and people giving him love for the same jokes.
He the Dane Cook of.
Damn, you killed me. Why you gotta go there? Dane Cook. What Dane Cook do?
God, because Dane Cook was like the dude that had like one routine that he got famous off of. When you look back at it, he got famous off of his one routine, and everybody loved him.
Was it really one routine? I was one of those dudes that fell in love with it. I went to see that motherfucker at the Garden. I thought he was a great comedian. Then I watched all the fucking movies he made. All of them shit. Not all, maybe.
Well, I'm not
you know.
him.
No,
I'm
just trying to
got his shit off with the one routine.
I know he had one routine. But listen, let me get to some other calls and this other screen share here. What we got on this one? This Teo.
All right, man, peace.
This Teo getting heckled. Oh shit, that's Sean. I just noticed that's Sean Haney. That's Sean Haney telling them you lost to him. Deeper, darker criminal link. This
Sean Haney the prophet.
This Sean, hey yo, and I promise you, it looked like Sean's gonna be good. Are y'all watching Sean training with Bill Haney?
Yeah, I saw that. He was punching that bag. He looked good,
bro.
And he looked good in that little sparring clip that you was showing.
Yeah, he looking like he got some skills, man.
But he need to go through the farm system. I don't want to see him on no undercard no time soon. Like let him get his shit together before we start putting him up on that stage.
I don't even think he gonna be a fighter yet. Like, bro, he don't got no amateur fights. He just woke up and decided I want to do this. He was training to be a professional tennis player. Shout out to Bill.
Yeah.
For not caring and pivoting, you know what I'm saying? We broke dads here. I remember my son took him to the gym next day. My man was done. I'm like, what the fuck? I done paid for the whole month.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
So shout out to Bill, man. He pivoting with whatever his son want. Because believe me, they was taking that tennis shit
no doubt.
serious.
But I'm gonna let you get to the other callers, man.
For sure.
Peace.
Yeah, but listen, different cloth. Maybe that works for him. Coming up in that tennis, you know, that's a lot of suicides. Tennis is basically doing suicide. So what that means, you got great stamina, and his form is phenomenal. Like he looks natural. He looks a natural. No bullshit. But let's get to this clip. Yo, that really is Sean. Yo, and look at the emotion on Sean's face. Yo, he got to chill, bro. What you mad for? Look at his face. He's so emotional. He said, you lost to him. Whoa! Hey, yo, he's stalking Teo. He waiting for Teo to look his way just to heckle him. Look, hey, Teo. Hey, Teo, he said it 3. That's fucked up, yo. Picking on Teo, man. Leave that man alone. Bro, that's nasty work. Oh, it is Sean. They put it. I didn't even know they put it. I was about to say, that's nasty work. They ain't say it. This is hilarious, bro. Teo and soft bottoms. This is what I be saying. There's no way you'll catch me in Madison Square Garden with these slippery shoes. Look at them shoes. Man, you getting punched in the face if shit go down in them damn loafers. Those might be rubber bottoms. You never know. Hopefully he did the rubber bottoms and not hard bottoms, because I don't know. The way he dances, them shits look like they hard bottoms. The way he's sliding around, bro. Listen, you can't get into no squabbles with those, man. I'm not going to Madison Square Garden in those, but shout out to Teo. He rich and famous. He ain't got to worry about none of that. Here goes this other clip. We just extending the show.
I may have caught you in a cap. How the hell did you win money on Roach when it was a draw? You bet on a draw? Like, how did you win money?
Let me tell you how you didn't catch me in the cap.
Okay.
Because I'm so smart. I understand boxing. I know boxing. I never in my life would have thought that they would give Lamont Roach the decision. I never would have thought that. So my bet was the fight going 12 rounds. You know how much money is plus money on the fight going 12 rounds because Tank is a knockout artist and Lamont Roach is this big underdog that people don't understand. He really has a chance in the fight. So I bet on that. I never bet on Lamont Roach winning the fight.
I may have caught you.
Good fucking answer. You know it's the truth because he answered that, you know, right off the top, right off the dome with it. Listen, we got good 328 people on X Live streaming video. I need you to hit that retweet, repost. Hey, 1 of 1. I see you got your hand raised. Did you hit the retweet? No. No, you didn't. I ain't getting no notification. No, you didn't. Big Gucci Nick.
What up, gang? How the audio sound?
Straight.
Yeah, bro. What you talking about? A squabble between Sean and Tio and Tio's loafers? Man,
Nah.
if you don't stop, Ness.
Not Sean. I'm just saying, bro. You get in a squabble like, fuck. Tio been saying hella shit. So, you get in a squabble. You in them soft bottoms. You start slipping around and shit. Looking like a salsa dancer. It might not work.
Oh nah, when he get in the stands, them dress pants ripping, bro. He
I ain't
ain't
even talking about
ready
the
to fight in them.
pants. I'm talking about them shoes.
Yeah, and them shoes and them pants, bro. He ain't in no condition to be getting into squabbles, man. But yo, good ass weekend of fights, bro. Shout out to that heavyweight man and from Australia that bodied my New York brethren, man. Um,
Terramona.
Terramona. Yo, that's crazy. So his parents gave him the last name as a first name too. Is that his government name?
I believe so. But
That's
he
crazy.
like
I never.
Samoan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not surprising. Them Samoans, they do their own thing with the names and shit. But yo, he got a good heavyweight for or I'm sorry, he got a good jab for a heavyweight, bro. That shit was like the rum punch jab, man. Um, my boy from New York couldn't get away from him, man. He was getting that head bop back. But I seen the stoppage coming, man. My dude looked like he wasn't even prepped for that fight. They probably pulled his ass right out the couch. But yo, he's a good fight for like a Michael Hunter, maybe like a Jared Anderson. He don't look crazy young. How old is that dude?
Ooh, Terramona?
Yeah, Terramona.
Shit, I gotta look that up.
I know these heavyweights, they be just starting out on the slow route, man, but they probably damn near close to 30, man.
He looked younger than that.
I'm sure he in his like mid-20s. But yo, Andy Cruz, hopefully he get that Father's Day blessing from Keyshawn, man. He
He
fucking
is
milking
27.
that shit, bro. Oh, he
27,
27? All right.
8-0, 8 KOs.
He look about 27, yeah. That's not too bad for a heavyweight. Yo, Andy Cruz, I was impressed, but I wasn't impressed, man. Mashiro didn't look like he was on the same level, but he was a lot bigger and he was a dog. Uh, he went out on the shield and shit, but like I said, he wasn't on the same level, man. And I didn't know Andy had like 4 fights, bro. I thought he at least had like 10 fights. Motherfucker looked like he damn near 30, bro. Um,
He is
but with
30.
five, yo, that's crazy. He's 30 with 5 fights. That's nasty work, bro.
Exactly.
That's nasty. And that, bro, see, the thing is, he not ready for Keyshawn. That's why he fighting these tomato cans, and that's why he's saying whatever he want to Keyshawn. And now he gonna make it sound even nastier, um, asking him for a Father's Day text because he know Keyshawn ain't even at 135. He can't make 135 no more. So now he really going ham because he know Keyshawn too far. That boat has sailed, man. He know he ain't gonna fight him. So
And it
he
sailed because
riding
he
off
wasn't
Keyshawn hype.
fucking ready. It's his fault the fight didn't happen. He wasn't ready. He playing
Yo, but
Twitter
when
games instead of fucking catching
yo,
up.
but let's say Keyshawn was still in the division. When he gonna be ready? He only got like 5 fights, bro.
Nah,
Look at
he's
his
ready.
opponent.
He's ready if he beats Murataya. Remember, that was a title eliminator, so his next fight is Murataya.
Oh, okay, got you, man.
So if he
But
wins
yeah, like I
that
said,
belt, he could have unified with Keyshawn. But that's my thing. Why you going to go get other belts? Go get Keyshawn belt. Go get your son belt. Take that belt off him and whoop him with it. Nah,
yeah,
you
why he
went
ain't
to
go for Keyshawn Bell? You right.
exactly, bro.
Facts.
Fucking a swerve artist, man. Swerve artist,
Yo,
man. It's
real quick, shout out to Nonito and shout out to Rachel on the W, man, in Argentina, man. I'm gonna keep listening, gang.
all right. He's a swerve artist getting hella love. It's insane to me. I ain't never seen no shit like this. 101, what up?
North Jersey Nuts, what's up with you?
Chilling.
Oh man, early morning vibes. What I don't understand, man, because you know, man, I don't got no picks, man. You my guy, but I gotta call you out on this shit. Why don't you have the same energy to the Normans? Cause they keep fucking running around. They've been using Boot's name for over 2 years straight, right?
That's
Right
a
or
lie.
wrong?
That's a lie.
A year.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a lie. We all know that I interview his manager all the time, and we all know that I reported that they tried to make a fight with Mario Barrios, and Mario Barrios said they had a fight with Pacquiao. It looks like the fight with Pacquiao was real. So Norman ain't living off no Boots name because unlike Andy Cruz, like you could say whatever you want about Norman.
I'm gonna let you talk.
And I'm gonna let you talk. You can say whatever you want about Norman, but you can't say that he is in the same situation as Andy and that I got to keep the same energy because Norman has even said Devin called to pay him. Okay? Devin called him and said, I want to pay you to spar me to get me ready for Jose Ramirez. He said, no, because I want to fight you. So Norman ain't the fucking same. He ain't nothing like no fucking Andy Cruz.
Can I
y'all
go back
teaching
to
him
my
all
point?
that bullshit down Philly. That's what y'all doing.
Listen.
No, you got all the right to rebuttal. I want you to rebuttal because y'all teaching him how to be slick and make jokes. Teach that motherfucker how to fight the best names.
Hold on. Let me get back to your point.
Go ahead.
And you right, you can't compare him because Boots ain't never fight Norman. I don't care if on the amateur level, Andy fought Keyshawn 3 times, and I still believe Keyshawn will beat him in the pros. But that's what Andy is living on. And y'all mad because he living off that. But y'all not mad at this nigga that lucked up and got a belt, fought Centennial, who was washed. Got a belt.
How
and
you
y'all
washed when I beat you undefeated? Come on, champ. Google is your friend.
Bro, Ness, you know boxing, bro. You know boxing.
Your friend. How the fuck is an undefeated fighter washed?
Oh, my God.
No, teach me. I don't know that boxing. Teach us all.
Right, listen,
how is an undefeated fighter washed? Please.
Hold on.
I'm holding. I ain't even ring a bell.
I used wrong words.
Oh.
The wording was wrong.
Oh.
But I'm human, though. Can I correct my mistake?
For sure. What word would you rather use?
Correct. He is a true champion. I'm going to give him that. And he earned that belt. But what I was, to my original point, was he was, right, he had a WBO, so he had a belt. But he started to really zone in on Boots. And you know Boots don't talk. So that's all I was saying. That he was, and you got to admit, they was going crazy on Boots, bro. He was the only one really saying his name.
But again, at least the man had a negotiation where they sent 3 counter offers. Andy Cruz's team ain't sent a Valentine's Day card, my brother. It's not the same.
And I agree, because Bozy did say that.
It's not the same.
They did say they ain't sent offers.
It's not the same, bro. Andy is a clout fucking chaser, and y'all give him a pass, bro. He's a clout chaser.
Listen. But we can't really call him a clout chaser, though. You feel what I'm saying? Because the only reason, no, listen, Ness, hold on. The only reason why we can't is because even though I know I'm laughing too because it is funny. Even though this shit was in amateurs, that's how the man feel how he feel because of that. Even though we know, man, that's bullshit. We ain't gonna say that's completely bullshit, but bro, it's the amateurs and the pros.
But
that's what we coming from.
All right, okay.
So that's
I'm
why
gonna
we
give
like
you that one.
Chasing.
I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna give you that one just
but
to move on.
I do agree with you though.
Nah. Let me give you that one just to move on. I just want to hear your excuse. Why didn't he campaign in the WBO sanction? Why he decided to pay IBF sanctioning fees? Is it because Bozy cool with Mr. Peoples and Jerome fought for the IBF too? Because his path should have been the WBO.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with your point. If you going to troll, it's one thing to talk. But if you're going to talk, at least go to his sanctioned body and talk. Because then now it's like, oh, damn, you in the sanctioned body and you talking. You just not talking.
And let me tell
You
you what
moving.
he'd have
So
forced.
I agree.
He'd have forced
I
that.
agree.
Remember that Julian Williams, Jamal Charlo situation? That's what he'd have forced. Right
Yeah.
now, if Keyshawn
Right now,
would have
yeah,
missed
yup.
weight, he would have still had to make weight because Andy right there. But Andy ain't
Right
even in
there,
his
yeah.
motherfucking sanctioning. Like, I'm
No.
a champ and I'm out of here. You not even ready. You still fighting
Right.
eliminators.
Yeah, no, you can't take him that serious, man. Like I feel you on that because it's like, bro, at least come to my sanctioned body and talk that shit. You talking that
That's
shit and
all
you're
I'm
not even in my
asking.
sanctioned body. No, I feel you though. I feel you. I'm gonna fall back, let this show keep going, man. North
Appreciate
Jersey,
you.
what up?
Oh,
You
man,
already?
appreciate you. I got tip that says $10 free playback. No, that says free right arrow curving left, which I thought would be playback, boxing glove. I don't even know what you mean, Tip, but yeah, man, might as well raise your hand. We need some callers. If not, we're going to have to end it. I was trying to stay live till my baby boo landed in the airport, but it's all good. I got some cleaning to do. We got, shout out to Tip again on that 10. What else we got? We got the guy you know with the $5. He says, was in the building for the Hitchins fight. Great performance and a lot of support was in the building. If you were smart, you won money last night. Green money sign emoji, boxing glove emoji. Salute, champ, salute. Yeah, I guess you're very smart because let me tell you, smart money was the decision, and that's why the money was on the decision, right? Like it was, minus money. That's what they believed was gonna happen. But yeah, you're real smart. If you really picked knockout, you knew what it was. Shout out to round one, man. Round one called the round. I wish that was more than once that he done that so we could believe. You feel me? Because it's like, whoa. When you call the rounds, that's where that money really at. Them rounds be like plus 650 all the way up to like plus 2,500 sometimes, depending. I mean, calling the direct round is probably one of the best ways to win some money, but it's also one of the hardest ways. So shout out to round numero uno. Keeping it moving with the super chats, I got Pistol Parkway Mozzie says, Sean went from playing tennis to rapping G Herbo lyrics on his IG. Laughing out loud with tears of joy. A Woods, love the call out from Hitchins. Salute emoji, TBV, keep cooking. Salute to you. Looks like the guy you know, looks like you sent another 5, but you retracted, champ, so can't read that. Tip Bellis, what up? 46% of the votes want Haney next. And pretty much on all our polls, y'all want Haney next. Pretty much all the polls, they want Haney next, man. So we'll see what happens. Round one, I'll get right with you. I got Tip Bellis on the line.
Yo. Yeah, man.
All right, he muted himself. I guess he busy. Go ahead, champ.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? I heard you mention my name and give me
Yeah,
credit
you
there
picked
for
it, man.
calling
You
the route.
picked it, man. I wish I could have believed you. I'd at least put, imagine $20. Imagine a little punk ass $20 on round 8, bro. That shit would have been like a couple hundred probably. Couple hundred.
Yo.
Maybe like a good 500. I wish, can somebody see what that odd was? Do those still be there? Like, could anyone find? Let me see if AI could help me. What were the odds for fucking round 8?
I mean, basically, Las Vegas. If you want Las Vegas odds, you just ask me. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you know.
Come on, round 1. Why the dead air? I'm over here trying to do the research for you.
Nah, I don't know what the numbers and shit were on
I'm
that
doing
night.
it. I'm looking for it, but you got to keep talking. You can't leave me with this
Yeah,
dead air.
yeah. No, well, let me talk about the situation right now
Actually,
too
talk
with
about
Keyshawn
Donaire,
Davis.
man. Talk about Donaire. We just he won, bro.
He
He
won.
won.
Yo, listen,
That's good for
he's do.
Nakatani.
Yeah, well, he
I mean,
got
not
that in from
Nakatani for your boy, your boy.
Maneoya anyway. Yeah, well, I don't know if he'll ever get a fight with him again, but shout out to
No, no,
Donaire,
no. I'm
man.
saying it's good for a new way. His record looks good. Donaire goes on to
Oh
win
yeah,
another interim title at
oh yeah.
42 years old.
At 42 years old, correct, correct, and it speaks to the level of his competition. That is absolutely correct. You know, and this thing with Keyshawn Davis and Andy Cruz, man, and the cloud chasing. Yeah, it's getting crazy right now because at once upon a time you thought he was doing it because of the belt. Now you see like does he want to fight him still? And he's like putting out this father tweet, and it's like you're trying to build up your career right now based off of Keyshawn Davis's career. You gotta. I think Andy Cruz needs to beat some guys to really put himself in line and make a statement. He
Not
needs a
even AI
statement fight.
knows. AI says that it would have been a high bet because betting for the fight to go 10 and a half rounds. No, for Kambosos to get stopped under 10 and a half rounds was a plus 600. Under 10 and a half was a plus 600. So imagine the direct round, bro. Fuck, man. He's saying ChatGPT says 1600. Damn. Lord have mercy.
$100
I'm sorry, I
bet on
cut
that
you
one.
off. I cut you off. Go ahead.
Nah, $100 bet on that one right there. Woo. That would have paid out. But yeah, man. Shout out to Richard Hitchins for the victory. He he
Damn.
put himself in a pretty good spot now. That was a good scalp. When I come to think
$20,
about it.
bro, would have been
Yep.
340 on a plus 1600 eighth round. $20 would have made you 320 plus your 20 back. That's a whole steak dinner, movie,
Yeah.
popcorn. Shit. Counterpunch,
Happy.
Majid.
By
This
the
what
way,
I be
happy
saying.
Father's Day.
Thank you. Likewise. This what I be saying. If we come together, like if we would have been like, yo, round one, but like you picking 8. Why? Instead of laughing at you. He ain't gonna fucking
Yeah.
knock him out. Hitchins always goes the decision. You see how stupid we are? We wanna we rather laugh at each other and make jokes at one another than
Mhm.
really big each other up and try to win and make money together. Like you had the fucking shit right and we laughed and now we didn't make no money.
I just felt that I took all the boxing things into consideration. Him moving up in weight, Richard Hitchins being the much bigger guy, the much lengthier guy, the better jab.
We got you,
That's
Majid.
all. And I took a
Everybody
guess.
like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. Um, I felt like Hitchens he had did what was expected yesterday. Well, not the stoppage part. I thought he just was going to beat him on decision. So I guess shout out to that. But I'm just a little bit confused, like with the call outs and the energy and everything, because it's like we just went past the little boots thing where they just be talking like they say, oh, if it's a title fight, we're a fighter. Other than that, we not struggling to make weight, whatever they saying and everything. And I was looking at it yesterday before the end of this match, like you got all of these champions that's at 140 and they just going straight after Devin Haney. It's like now it's getting ridiculous. Everybody just Haney, Haney, Haney. But this dude Hitchens, he fucking got eliminated from making the Olympics by Anton Russell. And Anton Russell beat him 3 times, when they was coming up in the amateurs and shit. And as I'm listening to these interviews, I'm not hearing not one call out to even want that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to feel like
Cause he not as
soon
popular
as you
as
get
Keyshawn.
I thought that, like with unifying fights, like if you can't get one, when you speak to about possible opponents, that'd be somebody mentioned, like just him or whoever else got a belt, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, if you don't get the popular fight, what the fuck do you do? You know what I'm saying? So I don't really like that ain't expressing all those options. It's looking a little bit scary because it's like once you win a world title, like all the popular shit, like that shit gotta die somewhere so everybody can fight. Cause if you keep doing popularity, you gonna be making it make sense to just call out a nigga cause he popular and not fight the other threats. And I don't think that's the way boxing should be. So shout out to beating Kambosos. That nigga was what 4 out of 6 of his last fight. So you did what you were supposed to do with that. But like if you can't get Haney Teofimo and everything, will you dare fight the dude that been whooping on your ass or go for the other belts? Like, what's your real goals? Like, oh, you just a money nigga now? Like, I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm feeling weird energy from him and shit. Like, but that's all I got, man.
Mm, mm. Yo, that's that's definitely one way to look at it because when I look at all these guys now winning these belts and calling all these people out, I right away I say, man, these dudes ain't Floyd. Like Floyd wanted all the smoke, right? And he really meant it. And then sometimes when you hear these dudes, it sounds so repetition that you start to question it. Like, yeah, all right? You don't really want it. And then there's those fighters that do win a belt that I have to really look at it and say, from the outside, he's not a unified type dude. Like I didn't expect Rolly to unify. You know what I mean? If he does, he does, but I didn't expect it or anything like I don't expect that from him, and then for other fighters I do. But the one thing I notice in boxing is that I gotta step back and stop pushing my expectation on some of these fighters. But the moment they say it, I will hold them to it. If you come out and say, I want to fight him, and him, and all of a sudden we ain't getting them fights, I'm just holding you to what you said, you know. But yeah, that's the way the sport is now. The more popular guys seem to be the ones that are, and those popular fights are not the ones that are working out. So yeah.
All right. Wifey just landed, but she's on the plane. You know I got a spaceship, so I'll get there fast. So I'm only taking these last two callers, Bandalorian and Tip. Tip, what up?
Yo,
Yo.
yeah, man. Shit. Richardson Hitchins, man. First, when Subriel was champion, he complained about the weight clause. You know what I'm saying? That was for the IBF, the restrictions. Then, when Subriel loses, he goes and fights Liam Paro, right? Right. Then after beating Liam Paro, he goes and fights George Kambosos as his voluntary, mandatory, right? Then after he beats George Kambosos, he calls out Devin Haney, who's no longer a champion at 140 pounds and moved up to 147 and has nothing to offer or worth fighting for. Like,
Name value in the biggest check, homie. Don't hate.
Listen. At this
Hate on
point,
him. Don't hate on Dev.
At this point, it's no point in us even taking Richardson Hitchins serious. He didn't call out a champion at 147. He didn't call out a
That's a
champion at
lie. That's a
140
lie.
pounds.
That's a lie. You choosing to be selective hearing because he called out Tio in the ring on the zone. What are you talking about?
As I said before, he didn't call out a champion at 140, and he didn't call out a
Tio is a
champion at
champion. Tio is
147.
the champion, and
My
he's
man,
lineal.
my man, we heard him on the microphone, bro.
He said it on the zone on television. You are mistaken saying that he said it on Instagram Live.
If the mic was nowhere near him, nobody would have ever heard that call out. Stop the cap,
My
bro.
bro, Chris
Stop the
Mannix
cap.
asked him and
Stop the
Tio.
cap.
You the one got to stop the cap.
The man that he don't want to fight. He don't want to fight any champions. He don't want to fight no tough fights. The dude called out Devin Haney. Why the fuck you calling out Devin Haney? Like, come on, bro. Like, we gotta be for real, man. Like, we are not taking Richardson Hitchins serious at this point, bro. He a paper champ. He a paper champ for real. Cause that's nasty, man. I don't know what this dude doing. That's nasty. And then another thing, I was just thinking about it, bro. Mantis Stanionis should have never fought Jerron Boots Ennis. He should have never took that unification
I'm gonna be
fight.
easy on you for the rest of your call, cause you know what I mean. Your boss just hit me up, so I feel good. You know, I'm on his mind during Father's Day, so I'm gonna be easy on you. Shout out to Louis.
Hey, man.
Shout out to my man Louis.
Hey. Listen. Yeah, Stanionis should have never took that Boots unification. It wasn't worth it, especially since Jerron Boots Ennis ain't stick around at 147, and those fights could potentially have been yours. You know what I'm saying? What's left
hold up, because that's the bell. I got something for you, bruv.
Oh, what was that?
You know you pick Kambosos.
Run me for one of them counters. I did pick Kambosos. I did pick Kambosos.
Bro, I can't take on counter. I gotta go pick up my wife, so I gotta get this last call from Bandalorian. All right, champ, but I owe you. You know that. Bandalorian, what up?
Yeah, man. As always, shout out hater of the year, Tip Bailey. Tip tripping, man. Because look, we already talked about it the other day, Tip. After doing what he supposed to do, but it's because the other 140 champs tied up. I think it was Lily on that show. If Matias beat Puello, they got a rematch clause, so he got to fight him again. If Puello beat Matias, he got to fight Dalton Smith because that mandatory is past due. Andy Heroica, he already gonna be fighting your boy Gary Anton Russell. Tio don't know who ain't got nothing to do. So like that's right. And like after said before, he already thought that he was gonna be fighting Tio. When Barboza got that call, he said Turkey specifically wanted. Tio himself said he thought he was gonna fight after too. So that's the fight we all want to see, man. I don't know why you tripping. I had lost my signal earlier than that. So whoever you was talking to about Terramana, hey, don't disrespect my boy, the next American heavyweight champion. Oh shit, my bad for spilling too. Shout out to you, round one. What's good with you, my brother? My bad, man.
Hey, yo, I'm just the champion. I be calling these fights, so the champion wears the belt. You know what I mean? When you can pick the round. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, so
I'm saying, yeah, don't be tripping, saying that Jeff Water that's for Michael Hunter and all that. Nah, that's gonna be our next American heavyweight champion after he dusted off Kubrat Pulev, coming soon. But yeah, and I heard y'all talking about Andy Cruz next. I forgot to tap into that. Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. Because like you said, Eddie and them completely fumbled that situation. They should have went their ass the WBO route. Because if Andy not moving his ass up to 140, then he just stalling out and trolling Keyshawn for no reason. Like Keyshawn moving on to bigger and better things, and it's only because Andy missing out on that opportunity. Like I genuinely don't even think. I personally, I feel like Eddie gonna try and get him that shot for sure with Murtaugh, but I don't believe Murtaugh. He gonna like that IBF players doing that shit over and over again either. And plus, he need to be unified with Shakur. When Eddie said they tried to offer him the fight, he wanted $3 million, and everybody wanted Shakur to unify with Keyshawn Davis, and wanted Keyshawn Davis to unify Murtaugh. But now they saying, oh no, let's get Murtaugh and Cruz. Nope. Let's get Murtaugh and then Shakur, and then Andy Cruz is already number one in the WBC too, so Eddie could sacrifice his man up because I don't think he even ready for Shakur. Granted, I don't think he ever will be, but I mean, like you said, this that motherfucker 30, like he got to get a move on. It's like you be saying that's with Frank Martin, he was a 30-year-old prospect, but Ray Murtaugh wasn't a 30-year-old prospect, and Andy Cruz, he ain't a 30-year-old prospect, and nothing like that. Like man, they gotta get him moving, man. Can't waste no time, So, and the top of that, like I said though,
it's because he was a tank opponent. You a tank opponent, so they got to hate on Tank's moves. That's why Frank got the hate.
That's what I say. No, I get it. You know, but like I said, Tip, I know you want to do your hate thing, man, but don't hate, man, because like I said, that's Haitian greatness right there, Richardson Hitchins. But that's all I got. Appreciate you, Ness, and appreciate you too, round one.
All right.
Yeah.
Kerry G, I text Majid and let him know you gave him another counter. And yeah. So I'll just owe him that. Same thing for Tip. I owe you one. Round one, where can they find you?
Yo, you can find the champion at Round One Sports Talk on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And yo, next time we calling these fights, I'm putting the belt on the line. You know what I'm saying? If you think you could call these fights better than me, show up and show out here at the Boxing Voice. Let's go, Ness.
I got the guy you know, $5. Africa 7 through 12 plus 410. Andy KO plus 105. Rose decision minus 150. 100 for 1700. Last night was easy work. Well, salute to you, my champion, because that is good money. That's the rent, the mortgage. You did your team. The guy you know back at us with another two. He said, I had Buckley on the other parlay on my mom laughing my ass off. Who the fuck is Buckley? Is that like some football or some shit? And that is now everyone. We right back at it tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Peace. Enjoy your weekends. Happy Father's Day to all. My fathers out there, man. Salute. I'm not about to start naming names so we don't miss no one. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. And we right back at it tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Peace.
Peace.